Okay. Guys, I'm here. I just got to do something real quick. Okay, just making sure that shit's working. Okay. Um, I see everybody here. Just let me do something real quick. I'll be right back. Um, Lots of stuff to talk about with the controller as well as the tactic that Sony is clearly using this time around. It's a tactic that we've seldom used before, but we will dive into that in just a little bit. We're gonna wait until people stack up. You can send this link out. I know I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna send the link out um, for Twitter, Discord, and also YouTube. So I'm gonna go do that real quick. Um, you guys can help me out doing that too. Okay, guys, I'm here. I just got to do something real quick. Okay, we're good here. What's going on, Vegan VR King? Um, as you guys know, I'm an essential worker for the federal government, so I had to work yesterday. I started going back to work last Thursday. So, um, with all that, I was at work when the news broke. I didn't expect any news. It was a muggy day. It was a rainy day. Um, I got caught in the rain. It wasn't like the best day starting off. It was just a weird day. I wouldn't say it was a horrible day, but it was a very dreary day. And it's weird because we got the PS5 information, and I guess it had started. It really, and it's weird. It started to brighten up outside. It was like a little bit sunnier outside. Um, I don't know. The day went better after that. I didn't give a fuck about anything. It was like PS5 shit's about to drop, and I was like, okay, bro, I'm on the right side of history again. Uh, what, 3 gens? 3 gens, yeah. Because I was on the right side of history last gen when I picked the PS3. Um, and the gen before the PS3, I was really, really confused. That gen before the PS3 and the 360 drop, I was between GameCube, PS2, um, fucking handhelds with the DS and the PSP. I was all over the fucking place, because I was still, getting out of college, getting out of high school, so you know how that shit is. But hammered down on gaming, last gen, this gen, and definitely next gen, all PlayStation. Damn, bro, shit about to be nice. Let me get these links up. Make sure people know we are live. Okay, we are live. Hopefully we can have some guests. I think everybody pretty much covered the information. We pretty much covered the information yesterday. Oh shit. I like this one. This is a good picture. Save this shit. Don't know where though. We got that somewhere else. We can find that somewhere else. Great. Okay. Save this image. Actually, I like this image more. So we might just swap that shit over later on. Okay, we got the notification up on there. I want to make sure people know that we got it up on here too. Delete this one. Okay. So we're gonna go to I believe we're already at live chat section. So I'm gonna let you guys talk about what your thoughts are. I'm gonna come back, read those comments, and then we can start the official podcast. Wait for a couple more people to gather. Um, I'm good, man. I'm good. I mean, it's getting crazy out there, but You know, there was some light yesterday with this announcement. We're definitely gonna dive into that. We got a good amount of people on our panel. We got people that I've included into you know, the private panel where we talk about this stuff. So some people should be showing up. I mean, I don't see why not. You know, most people are not at work or school or anything. So we have people showing up. I know my boy Yellow's gonna show up. Hold on. I know Sam, he'll show up. Also, Adam will probably pop in here, give us some good insight. Um, but if I was like an Xbox guy, I probably would probably stop talking. What's going on, bro? Cyber Dragon, I forgot I didn't make you a moderator. You're now a moderator. I forgot, man. Trust me, I remember all the people that's always been here. Trust me. In about a day and some hours, we got Final Fantasy dropping, so it's gonna be fucking crazy. Okay, guys, I'll be right with you. Okay, guys, I'm back. Let's get started. Let's switch this up with this, and let's see what setup are we gonna use. Classic or new? I'm thinking we're gonna just go new route. Cool, that's good. Okay, this is the PlayStation Legion podcast. As you guys know, we're gonna say that the podcast is something very important. If you see it during the week, it's important. If you see live chat, we're just chatting about some stuff. I might just rebrand this the PlayStation Legion live chat where we talk about the PS. Yeah, you know what? That's probably best. Let me just rebrand it. But we're gonna talk about it. What are your thoughts? Okay. First of all, when I first saw this, I definitely thought it was a joke. I was at work. I got a text message from my boy Yella, and I did not believe it. I did not believe it at all. I just did not believe it was real. And yeah, we're gonna rebrand this to live chat because this is what it basically is. Let's go and rebrand that shit. I'm just gonna rebrand it live chat because we're just chatting about this, not the podcast where we're doing gaming. The gaming setup's not even set up today. Actually, I'm gonna just keep streaming from the PS4 Pro in 1080p 60 frames. I'd rather do that for you guys. Or 1080p 30 for Final Fantasy and shit like that. But I definitely want to give you guys a better experience when it comes to me gaming, and you guys following along with that. So I might not look as flashy as the setups that I've made, but at least you guys will get good quality, and that's what really matters. I don't want anybody struggling at whatever fucked up frame rates they got or whatever fucked up resolution YouTube is passing through the computer. I want to give you guys the best experience. Okay, so we got Larry. What's going on, Larry? You're saying you're gonna get it day one. Andre, what's up, man? How you doing? AZK9069. Imagine if the controller is detachable. See right there, that when I saw the sides painted white like that, I had a thought. About that. It's definitely a very futuristic controller because of the way that they made it look, and the shape, which is it's a DualShock, or at least the evolution of a DualShock, but it's a little bit transformed. It's a little like it has a curve, a round feel to the sides and the top. It doesn't have that classic PlayStation controller shape where you see it and that's PlayStation. You do know it's PlayStation because of the dual analogs, the where the buttons are on the right hand side, and then where the D-pad is on the left hand side. You know that in somewhat of the shape, but again, you can see from this that it's new. It's completely new. This is something, they're going in a different direction. I would not be surprised of how crazy looking the console looks. And not in a bad way, right? But it won't look like your traditional console. I mean, if we can take anything from it, look at the dev kit and just imagine what the system is going to look like. So a lot of people were like, oh, well, okay, it's just a dev kit. Once we found out it was a dev kit. At first we thought that was the console. Well, the console could look something very similar to the dev kit. So don't be surprised. I like the white. Okay, this is probably the second time they launched a console that was white. The first time, I believe, was the PS1. It was much, much whiter than the classic PlayStation 1, which was obviously gray. Was it this white? I don't believe it was this white. This is like a white, very futuristic white. I've saw people edit this color to make it black and like put different things on it, and that's all good and everything. But I like this. I would recommend it being white, or black. The white areas, I want that to be black. Yeah. What's going on, Cyber Dragon? What's going on? Let me see what's going on over here. I like the design. They kept the touchpad and speaker, changed the share to create button, plus other features. Yeah, that's the one thing I want to say. I love that they got a create button because obviously there's much more that you do when you share shit. Anyway, you push that share button, you can capture gameplay, right? And this is on the PS4. You can take screenshots. You also hold that button down and you can start live stream. So there's three things you can do with the share button. Um, Microsoft has not confirmed that you can do any of that shit, but with the share button on PS5 being now the create button, there's obviously something else you can do that's going to add to those three features that we know. We can push the share button or hold the share button to execute. So, the way I have my controller set up, and hopefully everybody else has their controller set up this way. So I tap once, right, to do a screenshot. I double tap to do gameplay, and then I hold the share button to start my live streams. So very, very convenient setup. Hopefully everybody has it set up that way. With just those three things, which is very useful for getting information out. I wonder what else they can add to that. Again, they're not calling it a share button, they're calling it create. Obviously, they were going to change the name because Microsoft ripped them off. We know Microsoft ripped them off because they fucking called it the fucking share button. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting what goes down here. Let me just change this up real quick. I really wanted this to be a PlayStation podcast, but I don't want to confuse anybody. Okay. So, before we really get started in this, how is everybody doing? I know it's crazy outside. And, it's a lot of shit going down in the world, but, let me know how you guys are doing, over there in the chat. So we are all good here. We just changed everything. So yeah, this is gonna be the live chat. We're gonna talk about the PS5 controller. We got about 3 hours until I gotta go to work. Actually, 2.5 hours. But that's what we're gonna be talking about today. Nobody knows the cost. As you guys know, when it comes to brand new console reveals, the cost is pretty much the last thing we get. We don't get cost information until the very, very end. Normally, before this crazy shit that's going on this year, we would get the cost of the controller as well as the console at around E3. So again, my boy Adam, big shout out to him. He was saying that the reveal of the console would be in May, and he's been saying that for about a good 2-3 months now. And I didn't want to believe him, right? And, I'm reluctant to believe a lot of people until I see the facts myself. But with them just dropping this big load of information on us, this hype factor of a controller, we did not expect this. There was no leaks saying that we would get this information yesterday. It was totally unexpected. This is what I tell people all the time. No one's going to know what's going on at PlayStation except for PlayStation. It was an anomaly that Jason Schreier found out about Horizon Zero Dawn going on the PC. Like, normally there's nothing that gets leaked out. And if anything does get leaked out, it's very, very close to the vest. Prime example, yesterday, before we got the controller image, we got a little bit of a leak in the early part of the morning saying that Spider-Man was going to go to PlayStation Now. I believe about 3 or 4 hours later, it was confirmed that Spider-Man was on PlayStation Now. This is the type of stuff you should expect. If you're getting any information, it's going to be really, really close that day. If anything leaks, something's going on that day. But there was no information about the controller. And I believe it was set up that way because everybody was so focused on Spider-Man going to PlayStation Now that was the only focus. So if there was any leaks of a controller being announced later yesterday, no one would have knew because the focus was on two different things. Spider-Man going to PlayStation Now and the Xbox. Oh God, I forgot the name because it's so boring. The Live from Xbox or Live Xbox, whatever. It was their little live stream shit, which was a fail. We're going to talk about that also today. So, yeah, it should be the regular price. I don't see this shit costing any more than $60. Definitely be a $60 controller. Well worth it. It's gonna have a mic in there, and it's not gonna be. I don't believe it's gonna be shitty mic quality. It's gonna definitely be good mic quality. It's just so much with this. Like, how many people were surprised? I know everybody should be surprised, but just I'm gonna join in. I was surprised. I was surprised that they dropped it yesterday. I was surprised they dropped it the way they dropped it yesterday. Obviously, this is what I want to talk about, and I'm glad we almost have 40 people. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I see we got 39 people watching, but it's only 12 people that liked it. Now we got 41. So thank you guys for showing up today. But please hit that like button. Let me know that you guys are here. Okay, Inside Xbox. Thanks, Cyber Dragon. So the Inside Xbox was yesterday, right? And PlayStation really did kind of kick them in the nuts by announcing that Spider-Man was going to PlayStation Now. And as you guys know, PlayStation Now makes more money than Game Pass. It's actually more popular than Game Pass, and it's been around longer than Game Pass. The thing about PlayStation Now, everybody should understand, if you have a PS4 and you have PlayStation Now, the PS4 games that they add to the service, you can download those. So it's basically Game Pass. So if you have PlayStation Now and you're using it on the PS4 and not the PC, you have the ability to download those games to your PS4 and play them in the best quality. You won't have to use the streaming aspect of that service. So they added this, I believe, last year. And I haven't really used it because most of all these games that they're adding, I already have. But it is a really, really good feature. And it does already change this application into something much better. Next generation, Adam's been talking to me about this. Sam's been talking to me about this. Obviously, PlayStation Now is going to be more on cue with a Game Pass type. Like, there are going to be games there. Obviously, you will be able to play them, and you won't have to use the streaming aspect. You'll probably just be able to download them. Sony doesn't tell us everything, but we know they're evolving. They don't show us everything, but we know they're going to do some crazy shit. The ball was always in Sony's court. I'm so glad that Microsoft went first, because they don't have any more information to share other than just showing us games for the Xbox Series X. From my understanding, the Inside Xbox didn't show any Xbox Series X exclusives. We got a confirmation. My phone's on the bed. Hold on, let me get my phone. We have a confirmation about that. What is it? The Backyard kid game. What is it? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You guys know that game. It's called Grounded, but we call it Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It's something funny you should know about that game. And it is following what a lot of Sony ponies and PlayStation gamers are saying, the Xbox Game Pass template. And it is not a good thing. Okay. So I should have it here on Twitter. It's a soundbite. It's really, 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 really bad. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. I'm going to turn my audio all the way up. Okay, listen to this.
At Obsidian, we're really well known for creating awesome storylines. So when we launch a game preview, the storyline's not going to be finished. I have tons of ideas. I know the team has tons of ideas. I'm sure the community will have tons of ideas on how to make this game the best game that it can possibly be. So let us know how you feel about it, what you're jazzed about, and we'll work with you and work with the community to see where the storyline goes from here.
Okay, so when they launch the game, it's not gonna have any story, and I want to put it out this way. We have people like Mads Gaming, Dealer, Colt Eastwood. We got Tim Dog, K Mega. All these individuals didn't believe in the virus delaying any games or any activities that gamers normally do. It pretty much put a hold on everything. The first thing that did take a hit was the experiences that we get to go to at these conventions and stuff. Those all took a major hit within the first month of after Sony announced they were pulling out of everything. The month after that, a whole month, everybody canceled everything else. Then games started getting delayed. Now I'm not gonna point, and this is what I want to point out. Obsidian didn't have the story finished to begin with, because in game development, I'm pretty sure you should already have the story ready if you're even talking about launching a game. So I'm trying to figure out, what were you working on? So if you weren't working on the story and the gameplay in tandem, like, what the fuck? So the gameplay is not perfected in this Honey, I Shrunk the Kids ripoff. So it's going into a preview program for Xbox, which is basically a beta or glorified alpha. And from what I understand, you're still gonna have to pay for the game in that service. And it's not gonna be completed at all. No story. We don't know if the gameplay is gonna be enough. I'm hoping that Fatal can just mysteriously pop in here like Batman, like he normally does. Because I want to talk to him about this. Is a game that he was hyped about, and the game isn't finished, and they're launching it now. Now they're saying the official launch of the game is in July. So if you're launching it now, you're saying the story's not finished, right? So we're in April now, still in the very beginning of April 8th, right? So you got April, May, June. So you gotta have, like, let's say a 2 months and some change, or 2.5 months, over 2.5 months until July. I still, for them to make a compelling story that will, let's say, take gamers over 24 hours to complete, I don't see it happening. It's weird that you would say you want gamers to play this alpha/beta experience in the preview program, and then you want them to help you create the story. That's the thing I don't understand. Now, again, you're going to have 3 months for your whole, development team to start working on the story, or make the story, or finish the story. But you didn't say that. You said, we're hoping that the gamers tell us what they want, and we can make that story in 3 months for them. It's probably not going to be a very cinematic story, but listen to this.
We're really well known for creating awesome storylines. So when we launch in game preview, the storyline's not going to be finished. I have tons of ideas. I know the team has tons of ideas. I'm sure the community will have tons of ideas on how to make this game the best game that it can possibly be. So let us know how you feel about it, what you're jazzed about, and we'll work with you and work with the community to see where the storyline goes from here.
So, listening to it like pretty much the third time I listened to it off air, it's really making it seem like they didn't even have their. I gave them more credit than they deserve. They don't even have the story ready. They saying that he says he has tons of ideas. That his development company has tons of ideas, and he knows the fans are gonna have tons of ideas. But they want the fans to invest into this beta or alpha on the preview program and give them ideas on what the story should be. But then you're saying you're officially launching the game in July. I don't know if that's going to happen. This is the Xbox template. When you keep saying, hey, I want games on Game Pass, or Game Pass is great because I can play a game for free, you get what you pay for. You're not paying for the game. You see what I'm saying? When you pay for a game, you know it's going to be quality. You understand that when you get a successor to that game, or follow-up, or another game from that same studio, you understand that you invested in that studio. You understand the money that studio has made off of different gamers, and you know what's coming next is going to be good. That's why we're so excited for the next God of War. Why? Because we know God of War 1 sold like hotcakes, and we know they got enough money to make a better story. Same thing with Horizon. Same thing with Last of Us. I mean, we all know the story about Last of Us. Naughty Dog wasn't really invested in the first Last of Us. They didn't think it was going to even do good. Now they're making Last of Us 2, and it looks amazing. I saw the leaked gameplay. I saw all the screenshots when they were going to announce it went gold, but then they delayed it. The Last of Us 2 is phenomenal. It is. We know what to expect from Sony first party. We understand that even when it comes to third party, we know what to expect when they're labeled as a AAA studio. Prime example, Rockstar. They make so much money off of us from a game called Grand Theft Auto 5 that we knew that Red Dead Redemption 2 was going to be amazing. And yeah, it was a little boring to me. I played the shit out of it, but it was boring to me. I did not complete it. But did the game look amazing? Fuck yeah. Did it have a good story? I'm not gonna lie, man. The story elements were really, really good. You know? Wasn't the best shooting mechanics, but it was still a great game. And we knew it was great. We knew what we were going to get because we knew we invested into that studio. Obsidian is not a studio that the Xbox fans invested in. It's a studio that was acquired by Microsoft without proving themselves to the gamers. That, hey, they have games that I picked up a lot. We should expect great things from their next whatever they're going to put out. That's why it's weird that people are investing so much hype into the initiative when they haven't proven themselves. It's a ragtag group of different game developers from all over the fucking world, from all different backgrounds. And, okay, you're just going to mix them together and what? They're going to make the best game ever? I don't see that not coming from Xbox. Because, see, the Microsoft Game Studios head, Phil Spencer, he doesn't expect a lot from the people underneath of him. And we know he doesn't. Because he allows them to put out this garbage time after time after time to promote Game Pass. Again, a picture of a controller killed the Inside Xbox Live conference. It killed it. And I know Sony did it on purpose. And look, I'm a PlayStation fan. I really am. I love PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation gamer first and foremost. That was pretty fucking evil. I like it, but it was evil. And we know it was fucking evil. Because this isn't the first fucking time PlayStation has done this. This is like the third time heading into this new generation that PlayStation has killed any hype from Xbox by just simply releasing small bits of information. Again, because the ball is in their court. Microsoft came out too early, showed us everything for the Xbox Series X, and now they don't have anything else to show. The magic, the surprise, the anticipation is gone. There's nothing we don't know about the Xbox Series X, and that is why PlayStation 5 is going to kill it. Every time we get a little piece of anything, it's just going to be blown out of proportion because we don't really know. We're clamoring for information. We already know what we need to know from Xbox. When it comes to PlayStation, it's completely different. Let me read some of these comments. Sony playing chess, Microsoft playing checkers. Yeah, you're right, Cyber Dragon. Killed their momentum. Yeah. Xbox has proven record is trash quality across the board. I mean, look, it is very true, man. Like, I do believe they had a good start. A lot of people say they had a bad start. Again, I look at it as a gamer. I think that Xbox One, the first 3 years, I respect them for what they were doing. And even though you weren't winning, I didn't expect you to change. Look, let's cut to the chase. Oh, they changed because they wanted to make more money. They're fucking Microsoft. Okay? Xbox fans tell us all the time how rich Microsoft is. Why do they need to change their formula? Release exclusives. Better exclusives mean more people will buy your fucking system. That's all you had to keep doing. It's very simple. Nintendo does it. Sony does it. Release exclusive, people buy the system. Release exclusive, people buy the system. Release trash, people aren't going to buy it. The thing is that even though they were releasing exclusives that weren't the best, they were still exclusive. Once they tried to introduce, we're going to have a Windows game store. You can buy this game on PC and play it on PC. They killed everything. If they were thinking for the first 3 years that PlayStation killed us, no, you killed yourself. You should have kept going. You should have tried to be better. Let me tell you guys about a story about the console war that I was involved in. Last gen, PlayStation 3 had a horrible launch. It did not have the best exclusives. It was probably in the same category as the Xbox One. Probably was a lot worse, to be honest. Everybody just hated it out the gate. They hated the PS3. How did the PS3 turn everything around? Did they put their games on PC? No. Did they make better exclusives? Yes. Did they have more money than Microsoft? No. So if they weren't making money off the games that they were releasing in the first 2 years, because they made a turnaround. Yeah, within the first 2 years, they made a turnaround. So 2007, 2008, and 2000 at the edge of 2008, at E3 2008, they let people know there was a lot of shit about to come. 2009, that's when shit really picked up for them. Like, man, they were just going at it. They was just going at it. Microsoft never felt that way about the Xbox One. That we need to try harder. That we need to put out better exclusives. They just said, okay, these fans that we have, they don't like these games. They're not buying these games. Let's see if another fan base is gonna like it. You know how fucked up that is? I mean, that's also what I don't like about Herman or Guerrilla Games putting Horizon Zero Dawn on there. You had a dedicated fan base, and now you're telling us that, okay, well, we supported the game. Let's see if we can bring it over there and see if they support it. That's a different story. But the fact of the matter that Microsoft made a huge move in the early part of this generation by putting their games on PC because they saw that the games weren't selling. I mean, again, fanboys tell me it doesn't matter if games flop on Xbox because Microsoft has the most money. So why did you feel that you need to try to put your games on PC? You knew they were going to pirate them. You knew they weren't going to buy them on your Windows store. And they strong-armed you. This is the story of this generation if you guys want to know what happened. If you were asleep for any reason. They tried to penetrate the PC market, but they wanted the PC fans to buy from their store. You see what's going on with Epic Game Store, or what happened with Epic Game Store. PC fans hate it. Why? Because they have a dedicated store that they like to support. It's called Steam Store. So Microsoft had the Windows Store, where all their Xbox games were, and PC fans had to buy games from them. They said the store wasn't good, but in reality, they didn't like the store because it didn't have the discounts that Steam has, and it didn't have the library. Plus, they didn't feel like using that store when they all of them know the Steam store. So what they did is they didn't buy the games on the Windows Store. And there was a trickle effect. I believe the first one was Quantum Break. Quantum Break was on the Windows Store. I believe within a good amount of months, they ended up putting it on Steam because no one was buying Quantum Break on PC with the Windows Store. They didn't buy it. So they had no choice but to put it on Steam. I don't know how much it sold on Steam, but I guarantee you it sold more than it was on the Windows Store. And then eventually there was other games that made the jump to Steam until last year when they said, okay, we give up on our campaign of the Windows Store. And they just put everything on Steam. Sea of Thieves just got announced for Steam. Sunset Overdrive is on Steam. The whole Halo collection is on Steam. Gears 5 is on Steam. Ori is on Steam. Cuphead is on Steam. I think the last big games that you will be waiting for to go to Steam would be Forza. Halo and Gears are already on Steam. Again, you told the Xbox fans that they're not important. You let them know that we understand you're not buying our games. We're going to try to see if other people like our games so we can make the money that we feel that we deserve. And of course, they never really made the money. The only game that was popular on PC was Halo, which is weird because we knew the PC fans wanted Halo. Everyone knows that the PC fans wanted Halo back. Halo did have a start on PC and then left. Microsoft made Halo exclusive to Xbox to sell the hardware, which is it's all right. I mean, everybody has something that nobody else has that sells for their store, for their brand, for their company. you name it. You have to have something special about you, something that makes you different from everyone else. Me, I have my identity. You know who I am. You know who I've always been. You know what I stand for. So when you take that identity away, prime example, Halo. What is Xbox without Halo? You don't have to buy it. This generation started some exodus of people going towards the PC for gaming purposes, building PCs. I've never saw this many people that used to only be on consoles be interested in building a PC or gaming on a PC. It's the first time ever. And it's it's so big that we all notice it, like I didn't know Sick Humor in the beginning of this generation again. Like I was focused on what I was focused on. I didn't really fuck around with anybody in a game community, whether you're crumb side or not. I had my focus, and that's what it was. But now I'm noticing all these other people. I'm talking to all these other people. I noticed that they also have PCs, or they game on PCs and shit like that. I dabbled in PC this generation, which, I know that's kind of crazy. Was a big fan of Sims last gen and the gen before. So when Sims 4 came out, I had to get it. And that's what I did. I had this same laptop. It was powerful enough to run Sims. I remember getting Sims 4 for me and my girlfriend, pre-ordering the game. And this was while the PS4 was out. But I already knew. The way that they announced Sims 4, I knew that game was not coming to consoles. It didn't come to consoles for 3 years. So I made the proper decision and I knew what the fuck was going down. So when I picked it up because it was exclusive and I knew where it wasn't going to go. Or at least I knew where it wasn't going to go for a long ass time. Sims 4 got announced earlier this year, I believe, for PlayStation Plus, or was it at the end of last year? I added it to my library, but I never purchased it again. This is what I hope Microsoft understands. If Xbox gamers, right, or people that, now are PC gamers, if they supported the game on Xbox, it's not really guaranteed they're going to go out and support the game again for PC. I believe that's what Microsoft thought was going to happen. They thought people were going to double dip, like what happens with Rockstar when you put out a Grand Theft Auto 5 for a good amount of years on consoles, and then many years later you bring it out on PC, and some of those console gamers go over and pick that game up again. Or exactly what happened with Red Dead Redemption 2, where people picked it up on consoles, but they also had PCs, or they picked up a console to play Red Dead Redemption 2, and they also had a PC in the house, and they wanted to play it on a PC, but it wasn't announced for PC. Then when it was announced for PC, what happened? They double dipped. It devalues your hardware if you're releasing exclusives that way. Rockstar, it's alright. This game's already multi-plat out the gate. It's obviously going to be on two major consoles, Xbox or PlayStation. Once you put it on PC, it's a traditional full-on multi-plat. Obviously, if it was announced for Switch, it would be a full-on multi-plat too. But once you announce a game and it's on 3 platforms, it is just full multi-plat. It's not a console exclusive, it's full multi-plat. I just hope that Microsoft understands, and I hope the Xbox fan base understands, you can never go backwards. And this is very true. Everybody listen to this. They can never go backwards. Once you start putting your games on PC the way that Microsoft did, you can't go back. I give Sony this. They waited 3 years for a new IP to put it on PC. The engine was familiar with whoever was putting Death Stranding on PC, so I can understand. There's a connection there, right? I hope they don't ever do that again. Again, the PS5 hype has officially begun. That's why we're doing this podcast today. It has officially begun. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. We don't need any more concept clickbait from Colt, Eastwood, or Dealer Gaming. We now know what the controller looks like. We can anticipate that the console is probably going to be white and black with a trim of blue. I'm excited. But it would not be in Sony's best interest if they put any more games on PC. Because you don't want to send the wrong message. I guarantee you, everybody, when it was confirmed that Horizon Zero Dawn was going on PC, we were all confused and we were all angry. Because we don't want Sony to fail. Okay? As far as the big dogs in the console race, excluding Nintendo because they're doing their own little handheld shit, is Xbox and PlayStation. Xbox has failed. We don't need PlayStation to fail. Okay? Stay the course. Stay traditional. You're always going to have the gamer support. But once you start confusing people of where you can buy this game or where you can play this game, you're not helping yourself anymore. It doesn't matter how much money you predict. Things ain't going to go right for you. Prime example, look to your left. It's Xbox. Dead in the fucking ground. Confused. Pissed on, shitted on. Xbox is just worthless right now. The brand name of Xbox. You know how many celebrities, movie stars, basketball players, football players, how many different publications and apps and websites were talking about a controller yesterday? And not a video of a controller, 3 different pictures of a controller. A controller dominated the news cycle yesterday. For a good moment, people had forgotten that the virus even exists. That's how big the hype for a controller was. When you have that much domination, when you have that much pull, it's nothing that other people can do. Teraflops don't mean shit to the presence of PlayStation. You understand what I'm saying? We know when we see the Sony Interactive Entertainment presents or Sony on Computer Entertainment, used to be Sony Computer Entertainment presents at the beginning of a game or at the beginning of a game trailer, we know what the fuck we're getting. We know it's going to be quality. We understand that. People can hate Death Stranding all they want. It predicted the future and it got shit ton of awards. We knew it was going to be quality. Whether we heard the whispers that it was going to go to PC or not, and got the confirmation 2 weeks before it fucking came out that it was going to PC, we knew that it had the PlayStation quality stamped on it. It wasn't like fucking, what's the Bleeding Edge, which again is also on PC and Steam, by the way. It wasn't like that. We knew it had quality. That's what it's all about. Exclusive selling the hardware. It's as old as time itself. That's what happens. Take you all the way back to maybe a time where most of you guys might not remember. There was Sega Genesis. There was Super NES. The Super NES had Super Mario. Sega Genesis had Sonic. That rivalry, I think, continued for about a generation or 2 more generations. And it was an amazing rivalry. Then PlayStation got in it. They didn't have a furry character, so bam. They made a contract with Universal Studios to bring out Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation 1. So they can enter the original console war. So PlayStation had Crash Bandicoot. Sega had Sonic the Hedgehog. Nintendo had Super Mario. I do remember when Xbox getting in it, they didn't have any real furry type of character. They did have Master Chief, which was big. It was new. And it worked for them. But like I said, bro, yeah, but like I said, it was just completely different. Thanks, Yellow, for telling me about the mute. You can jump in here if you want. Anybody else want to jump in here, you can jump in here. Yeah, it was completely different. You had your identity, man. That's all it was. It was your identity. I mean, it was simple back there. You know, like I say, Sega, Sonic, Nintendo, Mario, PlayStation, Crash. Now, you got more, you know. Nintendo is known for Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, Kirby, Pokemon, you know, you name it. You know Nintendo's games. PlayStation, you got too many fucking games to announce. God damn it, I gotta look at the fucking list. You got you got PlayStation being known for Kratos, God of War, Uncharted with Nathan Drake, Ellie and Joel with The Last of Us, Shadow of Colossus with The Wander, you know, Cole McGrath with Infamous, Ratchet and Clank, shit, Knack, whether you hate him or not, you got fucking games. The VR bot from God, I forgot the fucking name of the VR games. But tons of fucking games. I always end up forgetting them because it's so many. So I gotta go ahead to the fucking images. There we go. Okay, let's see. We got fucking Spider-Man. We got Dreams. You know, Bloodborne. You know, we got fucking games. That's what it's all about. We got them games. God damn, we got them games, man. I gotta post this. I gotta post this picture on Twitter right there. I gotta post that picture. This is an old picture too. That's an old ass picture. It was a only on PlayStation promotion image, and the triangle was Ellie and Joel. The circle was Nathan Drake from Uncharted 4. The X was Ratchet and Clank, the new generation Ratchet and Clank from this gen, and then the square was the Hunter from Bloodborne. It is amazing to look at. I just dropped that picture on Twitter. Hopefully you guys are following me. You can go check that out. Amazing fucking image. Amazing image. Looking at some images. I don't give a fuck. You know what it is. Final Fantasy 7, we gotta drop that in there too. When you hear Final Fantasy 7, you think of PlayStation. You don't think of that game being multi-plat. Before Square Enix made that push last year. When you thought of PlayStation, when you saw Final Fantasy, you thought of PlayStation growing up. You knew what you thought of. What's going on? I think I fixed everything, man. You can jump in. Last Guardian. Thanks, man. Jack and Daxter. Knack 1 and 2. Cat from Gravity Rush. Thank you, guys. Gran Turismo. There you go. Fist of the North Star. Blinks. That's what I'm talking about. Name them motherfucking games. But it's so many. I mean, it changes every generation for PlayStation. You know, it wasn't just like Mario is always there for fucking over 30 years. It's like PlayStation, every fucking different generation, they had different games. You know, they would not milk, you know. I think the generation where they milked the game the most, any games, would probably be last gen. We got 3 Uncharted's last gen. We got, I believe we got 2 God of Wars last gen, right? But then we got all the remasters from the handhelds and God of War 1, 2 from the PS2. So we got a shitload of God of Wars. We only got a remaster of Part 3 this gen and the new God of War. We only got Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy. Infamous, we had 3 Infamous games. We had Infamous 1 and 2, and then we had a spin-off. It's called Festival of Blood, where he had vampire powers. This generation, we only had Infamous Second Son, and then a spin-off, which was the Lost Light or something like that. So we got more games last gen from the same series. I think Sony definitely took chances. You had games like White Knight Chronicles 1 and 2. We had MAG. We had a good amount of SOCOM games. We got a lot of stuff last gen. And I'm hoping that Sony can go back to those type of roots. This gen was amazing. Don't get me started. You know, this was an amazing generation. But last gen, I do feel that they took more risk. And a lot of people don't understand it because some people might have jumped into the PS3 bandwagon a little bit late when they were doing good. But if you was there as long as I was, they had a great library of games. You know, they went, they did almost everything. They did not shy away from anything. They even had motion control games like this game called Sorcery, which was a dope ass game. It was a really, really good game. A lot of people don't like PlayStation All Stars, but you know they took a risk making that game. They never made a game like that ever. And they took a risk doing it. Yeah, they they definitely did. They had a bunch of PS2 remasters. I mean, last generation was a system that did what Microsoft's hyping up this gen. They had when the PS3 came out, it was a 3 generation backwards compatibility system, basically. You could play PS3 games, you could play PS2 games, and you could play PS1 games off the rip. Of course, it cost them. That's why the system in part was $600. That and the cell processor, but you could do it. And then when they took the PS2 ability out of the system, they still kept the PS1. You could still play PS1 games last gen on your PS3 on pretty much any PS3 you ever had. But they did have a bigger library of PS2 games on the store, digital. So they did a good job with that. I think that this controller definitely symbolizes the future. I like that. I'm looking at my PS4 controller. So we have the PlayStation button, right? But it has a circle. Last gen, same thing. It was a PlayStation button, but it had a circle. I like that the PlayStation button is just the PlayStation button. It's just PlayStation right there, and you can click it. And it looks a little metallic. I like that, man. That right there is a nice touch. That's a nice touch. I mean, just the whole design of the controller is amazing. I was skeptical. Yella can tell you, bro. I did not believe that shit was real when I saw it. I did not believe that shit was real. Okay, yep. Let me see. Let me tell Sam, because I need to get some people up in here. Hey Yella, I don't know what's going on with the Discord. I mean, I just back out. I just back out and I start it up again because you know Discord does stupid shit. So let me just back out. I'm gonna start it up. I'll hop in there. Okay, let's change to Sunday show so we can see the full controller. Everybody's still here. We're good. I gotta say, I really love the controller. I really love it. I do want to see more sides to it. Like I want to see a side, like a real side image of it. Um, it's really very similar to the PS4, right? But it has its own identity. That's why I think it's kind of coated in that white, you know, because it's like you can the black part you can like, oh, that's the evolution of the PS4 controller, but the white, it's like, oh, you know that shit's new. The touchpad seems to be a lot bigger, and it's definitely going to be able to be used as like a mouse, like the mouse that I use on my laptop. I can see that being more responsive, so I'm definitely going to like that. Hopefully that'd be good for browsing the internet if they have a good internet browser this time around. I think the best internet browser PlayStation ever had would have probably been on a PS3. because I was able to do a lot of stuff on the PS3 internet browser. PS4 internet browser, sorry guys, it sucked. I don't even use it. Like it's really bad. It's really bad. What's going on, Fart McFart? How you guys doing? I don't know. I mean, it's all white, so unless that's just a cover for the screen, the LCD, I could believe you. But it seems to be that's what the touchpad is. I don't know if it could be a screen, but I mean they didn't say anything. It was the full reveal of the controller, so they didn't say anything about a screen. But I will say, if that was a screen, that would be a pretty sizable screen. Because the touchpad, again, it looks a lot bigger than the one I'm looking at. It looks a lot bigger than the one I'm looking at. It's wider. I'll say that. The microphone being included. I know Yellow talked to me about this yesterday, and it's very, very true. What the fuck? Hey, Yellow, what is this AFK thing? AFK Discord.
This came back from a search.
Okay. Oh. Oh, I'm in the wrong fucking shit. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, sorry, man. I was in the wrong shit the whole time. Hey, can you hear me? I was in the wrong. I joined the PlayStation Legion chat. I didn't join the Sunday show shit. Okay, man. That's my fault. Okay, I can hear you. Hey, Yella, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, my mic is moving, so hold on, let me just make sure everything's right. Yeah, I know he can hear me because his foot is moving. Good.
Good job, Discord, man.
What's going on? Okay, yeah.
What's going on, bro?
Good.
How the fuck you was in the wrong Discord?
I don't know, man. I've changed the logo. That's my fault, man. I shouldn't have changed the logo.
Fucking Discord, man. Jesus
you gotta love
Discord,
Discord,
for like
man.
30, 45 minutes, bro.
Up. I don't even know what the AFK shit stands for. What's going on, Spartan God, bro? What's going on, man?
It stands for away from keyboard, meaning there's no speaker.
Oh, okay.
It's a PC term that everybody uses now.
Oh, well, I had my shit set up. I guess I didn't have it set up for there, so
Everything cool. I see the controller. I actually like it. Like,
yeah, I do too, man. I mean, I saw a lot of the edits. I do like the edits more than the white, but it is good. It's still a good controller, though. I mean, it's really good.
The Xbox controller, it kind of, the hump, like the top of it where the shoulder buttons are. That arch looks like the Xbox controller identically, but it's a little more curved.
I will say the under part too. The handles.
The cradle.
That one look like PS3. The same width it is. The boomerang controller, the concept.
Yeah.
It's that same width.
Yeah, I was getting that feel when I saw this. I don't know if anybody else got that feel of the boomerang controller.
What, the boomerang PS3 controller?
Anybody notice that they've been saying a lot about PS3, like the way they designed the SSD and the I/O, the HRA, like this is the way they built the cell processor. They took a lot of inspiration from PS3 with PS5, even the audio. Like, I don't know if people noticed.
That's good. I mean, that shit was ahead of its time. So, it makes sense.
Like the Dreamcast, right?
Yo, Jay, check your phone, bro. Let me find out, bro. Let me find out.
Let you find out what?
Just look at your phone, bro. The picture message I sent you. Let me find out.
Oh, you and this damn Shenmue. Nobody likes that.
Let me find out. I don't give a fuck, Nick. I don't give a fuck.
No, I can't. Now, I will say, I was telling Yella, Spartan, that I'm definitely gonna buy additional controllers so somebody can do a custom job. I don't care how much it costs. I mean, it could be $100, $200,
That
but I
shit
want a
definitely over
custom paint
$100.
job for my controller.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that shit. You know, the custom jobs for this controller, that shit gonna look good, man. Like it's a blank canvas. I'm not even being funny. It really is a blank canvas. You can do a lot with this shit. Oh, and that touchpad alone, I like how big it is because you can put any symbol there. You know?
People already started. God of War, fucking. You see the Persona 5 one?
Oh no, I didn't see that one.
Hold up, let me get you that and post it in Discord.
Yeah, man, this shit is good, man. Yeah, but Yella, what were you talking about, bro? About Sony being evil yesterday?
I mean, to the fact, I won't even say necessarily it's evil, bro. They hold mass market in the gaming industry, right? So pretty much it boils down to them when they want next gen to start. Okay.
Exactly.
Microsoft is on the edge of basically fucking up after fucking up after fucking up.
All right, check
fucking
it
up
now.
this entire
This
generation. So
Okay,
I mean, fair trade, man. Like you want to try to, you know, reveal your console and
oh, that's nice.
like me and Jay said, man, that they fired the first shot. Okay. So after them firing the first shot when they revealed the Xbox One Series X, bro, everything's fair game.
That's
Everything
nice.
is fair game. So when it comes to the point of them revealing a controller on an Xbox Live event, I mean it's a no-brainer, bro. And who's to say that they don't release the PS5 console during their little E3 press conference that they're going to do digitally? Because you already know what's going to happen, bro. The momentum is going to shift.
They kept throwing shots at Sony, trying to get a one up, and then Sony did it back. Like I think people talk about was Sony afraid. Oh, nigga, afraid of Microsoft? If Sony wasn't afraid of Microsoft during the PS3 era, I don't think they ever would be. But I noticed with the controller, they started to lay out details of it to say immersive way, the ways you jump into the game, like everything's apart, like together, everything's one. And I noticed that marketing they also did with PlayStation 3, like the 6-axis, it was key to like the PS3 OS, like how I was able to do motion control and everything. That controller reveal yesterday was did intentionally for Inside Xbox to show you that damn, it's a fire ass controller. Yeah, I think that was used to show that we have confidence in our product and we don't care. You think we're weak on paper.
I always say this all the time. I don't think Sony understands the impact they cause. I don't think they're that cocky. I don't think anybody can say that we expected that shit to get like 3 million likes on Instagram in fucking 7 hours or like
They don't. They do know. You know how I know? Because when Sean Layden went in the interview post E3 before E3 2018, he said when they started winding down, he was like, we'll come to a point where people expect the most from us, like they look forward to come to E3. And we feel like now after that, he was like, people expect the most from us, so we're trying to do our own thing. So they don't feel E3 was the right place. But like Sony knows everybody comes to see them. And if you have an executive saying we have a lot of expectations of us from the fans from around the world, not just here in the United States, that's hard, to live up to everybody's expectations. But they know what they cause when that logo shit happens. And they laugh. Jim Ryan was like, I don't do a logo. They knew that shit was going to cause like ruckus.
You want to know why they knew?
Why?
Because the legacy already is embedded in stone, bro.
Right. That's the thing. People don't know this is PlayStation. Right. That shit is synonymous with gaming. If you think of Nintendo,
not Naughty Dog. I saw Ubisoft tweet with both images of the controller. Like that's the thing, bro. It's on now, bro. But what was funny is
Ubisoft working on.
I like how they faked us out about it, though, Spartan. Okay, remember we got the dev kit, right? And there was a controller, and it was altered. But there was a fucking what was it? What is that? A mock-up? That's not a mock-up. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not
concept.
Yeah, the concept. There you go. The concept, right? And it didn't look like this. They faked everybody out, bro. That's what I'm saying. They faked everyone out.
But upon faking everyone out, bro, whatever happened to the boys that claimed that they had the insider leaks of what the controller looked like, what the Xbox looked like,
Cult and
not
Dillard.
the Xbox, yeah,
So
the
they
PlayStation
had a
4 looked like.
response podcast, but it still was focused on specs for Xbox. I think they barely talked about the controller. The fact of the matter is, I do believe, is it Dealer that does all the clickbait, like the clickbait images? He's been using this fake looking PS5 for multiple videos and multiple live streams, and the controller looks nothing like that, bro. That means they have no inside information. If you're listening to Colton Dealer, please stop. You could clearly see by the image of the controller, they had no idea what it was gonna look like. Not
Hey,
a
Jed, like they say, bro,
idea.
all you got to do is check the receipts, bro.
Exactly,
Check
bro.
the receipts and see how many times they lied to
They
you.
still got the same.
Bro.
He was using it yesterday.
Be right back.
Okay. Yeah. Yellow. He was using that fucking bullshit clickbait yesterday with a fake PS5, and the controller still had a touchpad. I'm like, you know what it looks like. You're gonna have to probably ask somebody to change your fucking thumbnails, man, because that's not what the controller looks like, bro. But they did fake everybody out. They did, man. Like, they kept some real secrets, Sony, man. They really kept some good secrets. I think that that console is gonna blow people away. I'm ready for it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for it. That shit's gonna be a day one.
No, I'm not ready for it.
I know you're not. It's probably a good amount of people that still listen to them. I mean, they think that they thought that the PS5 was gonna be 9 teraflops. They thought that, I'm hearing people saying Xbox Series X is gonna go as high as 25 teraflops because of something inside of it or something like. And it's all coming from Colton Dealer's podcast or videos. Like, they do listen to these people. I don't know why, but they still listen to them. I mean, Yellow listens to them every day.
You got me fucked up. At the end of the day, bro, to anybody that's in here, out of the 55 people that are watching this, you're telling me that you're going to believe, I'm not saying that the 55 people that are in here are watching or fans of that, but you can't listen to those type of people. Okay? Because again,
hold on, Yellow. Somebody got a message for you. Hold on. I forgot to tell you about this one.
What you're jazzed about. And at Obsidian, we're really well known for creating awesome storylines. So when we launch in game preview, the storyline's not going to be finished. I have tons of ideas. I know the team has tons of ideas. I'm sure the community will have tons of ideas on how to make this game the best game that it can possibly be. So let us know how you feel about it, what you're jazzed about, and we'll work with you and work with the community to see where the storyline goes from here.
So that's Honey I Shrunk the Kids developer saying that the story is not ready, and
before we dive into that real quick, bro, I just want to say something. You can't listen to the individuals that are YouTubers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Check the resume. What have they architecturally? Can't even find the word. What have they created and what have they designed upon a platform? So you're telling me you're going to believe in a YouTuber over a fucking genius as Mark Cerny, who created the fucking PS4, PS5?
They claim they have sources.
Everybody's got sources. Everybody's got leaks upon leaks. That is the source to the leak, but the leak really is the source to that leak. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
And it's just like your boy Jason. Jason didn't know this was happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure after what happened with Horizon Zero Dawn, Jason won't be able to predict shit from PlayStation ever again. And whoever leaked that information probably been fired. So I'm hoping that Sony keep this type of stance. If anybody leaks information at PlayStation, you need to hunt them down and fire them. You should not be leaking out any information. And I'm pretty sure they fired them because nobody knew the shit was coming yesterday. Not a single soul. No one predicted it. Not Dealer, not Colt Eastwood, nobody from the RDX boys, none of them.
What about their inside? What about their insiders?
They don't have no insiders, obviously. The insiders were only created to say that they had legitimate information on the specs, but we already knew it was going to be 12 teraflops. There was so much chatter about it, we knew that was the accurate number. The number we didn't know was the PS5's number. And developers are telling us that the SSD and other aspects of the PS5, aka the secret sauce, the thing that makes the PS5 different from the Xbox, is going to make it better. And in many cases, we know that happened this generation. The Xbox One and the PS4 had similar architecture. That's what I remember from the beginning of this gen. Okay? About 7 years ago. That's what it was. But what happened, Yellow? Battlefield was 720p on Xbox One, but it was 900p on a PS4. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then it continues. Like, what was 792p? It was a game that was 792p. I think it was Titanfall. It was 792p on Xbox One. You see what I'm saying? It was shit like that. Sunset Overdrive couldn't reach 1080p, so they put it at 900p. You know, even though it has similar, even though it has similar architecture, it didn't have the DNA that the PS4 had. PS4 had something special inside of it that Mark Cerny made sure was there to give them that edge. And that's what's going on with the PS5. I'm not, the smartest when it comes to this, the tech aspect of what's inside the system that I still haven't been able to dig through.
But you have enough common sense.
Exactly. Obviously, Mark Cerny made sure they have something in the PS5 that can't be replicated in the Xbox. That's what you call secret sauce. And that's what a lot of developers seem to really like. There's been so many developers. Yes, we're going to talk about Crytek developer releasing that information by making an alternate Twitter account, but then deleting the information, pulling it back. And from what I can confirm right now, it seems as though he has been fired. And they're looking for a replacement of that position.
Phil Spencer?
No, the guy that leaked the information from Crytek that the PS5 was a better system.
Oh.
It seemed he got fired? Yeah. It seemed like he's been let go because his position, they're now looking for a new person for his position. And this came out yesterday. Xbox fans seem to be really, really happy at the end of the day because of that. And they tried to use that to ignore the PS5 controller. But I don't care. The fact of the matter is he put the information out. Spartan, you understand that shit.
But why would they be happy? That's a bad thing because the shit that he's saying, when it comes to fruition, he could be fired. But still, that means that PS5 would still be the better console.
Exactly. If you have to cover it up like that or try to tell your fucking, the person underneath you to retract that statement, it's definitely something fishy there. And it's all right. We got this word from multiple developers. That's why I don't understand you doing all of this.
Sorry to interrupt, but do you remember when the first rumors initially started about the PS5 SSD being over twice as fast as the Xbox, and it was like Sony was saying the world's fastest console, and they said it got retracted?
Yeah.
What happened last month? What happened when they revealed their specs? Wasn't the SSD over 2 times faster, and it was the world? Okay, so I think when people are starting to say things more than once, you need to wake the fuck up because they was talking about only Sony's first party studios. You have
That's
Remedy.
What I was saying. There was so many other developers that didn't retract their
Remedy statements. Until Ready at Dawn. Like those are people that's work closely with Sony, but Remedy is working on the SSD and it's talking about ray tracing already. You see Ubisoft post images of the controller. When did they ever did that?
Yeah, exactly. When has Ubisoft ever posted that?
I've seen EA post the Xbox 360 controller because it was out, and then they became like the sponsor for EA Sports and the tournaments. I get that happened, but there's no tournament for Ubisoft games, so they posted that fast, and they have to be working on something. Because you remember, Watch Dogs Legions has ray tracing that was delayed, and a whole bunch of other things.
What was funny is I've been telling people for a long time that many of the third-party developers already have hands-on experience with the PS5. Like I said, bro, what I love about the dev kit is the dev kit is not a real representation of the final system, and people should have known. I know I should have known also, but it's so crazy that people don't understand that. So I would hope that RDX would learn their lesson, but I don't think they are.
They're
Sorry,
not.
I got the wrong logo up. I'm gonna switch that. But yeah, they didn't learn their lesson, so they're gonna keep like I said, Dealer. He's gonna keep using concept art or 3D art from other artists of a controller that doesn't look like this. I guarantee all his clickbait, he's gonna keep using the same images. But again, at least we know what the PS5 controller looks like, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I see you mentioned Matt's gaming earlier. He did a video. He was like, "I like it." I know he's salty right now, like at this point, because the people in his comment section have nothing to talk about now.
Exactly, because so that's the thing, bro. When you can't speculate anymore for these individuals, you take away the power that they once had. The only power they had is they can sit in the chat and speculate of what PlayStation is doing. Again, they're not sitting in the chat gaming. They're not in the chat talking about video games. They're in the chat speculating what the competitor is doing and what they're not doing and why they're bad for doing or not doing whatever they want them not to do. And the brainless idiots that watch them, I don't know, man. They tune in every fucking day. They got numbers.
They said the PlayStation controllers was too small. They made it thicker, and now y'all still want to complain? Like that's what y'all asked for, literally. And I'm sure people with smaller hands can fit that controller due to the boomerang shape and the grip on the back of the controller. So it'll be fine. Like,
bro, we all remember the PS4 controller when we fucking felt that shit and how much different it felt. Yeah, bro. I guarantee this is probably going to be the best controller you ever put your hands on. After the experience that they got from the PS4. And then listen, you understand Sony has been working hand in hand with a lot of, am I saying it right? Scuff. Skiff is a room, in the building. You're not supposed to bring any electronics. I confuse the shit along. But the Scuff controllers, right? So first of all, they partnered with a lot of those people, but they understand they needed a pro type controller. We know that they needed one. They know that the gamers wanted them to have one, but they kept partnering with third-party publishers to make a Scuff controller or allow them to put a Scuff controller on their system. This time, it seems like this is like a premium controller. It's not just, hey, this is a new controller for a new system. It's premium. You can look at it and tell it's premium.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, bro.
I mean, that PlayStation button, I really like that, man. No more circle. It's just a raw symbol.
Yep, raw symbol, the color scheme. Bro,
that should have been a thing, like just the symbol itself. Yeah. I don't know why it was a circle.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe they thought that it would be better. That mic, that's another thing I really like. I like that mic. And I also, one thing people not talking about, the charger. Looks like
USB-C. Yeah. Yep. I love that. Look, they're not playing when it comes to data transfer. Like everything in the PlayStation is fast. Think about it. The SSD is fast. The IO is fast. The RAM is fast. The clock speeds are fast. And not to mention, USB-C has the fastest data transfer rate of every type of charging port. So I just think they just went all out. Everything is fast. People don't notice that.
I think that the devs been telling, like you said, too many devs have been saying the same fucking thing. If you're an Xbox fan right now, I'm just letting you guys know, I want to help you. Shut the fuck up. That's it. Just shut up. Wait for the E3 conference for Microsoft and then, get your gaming news and all. But before that, play some games, buy some cheap games. A lot of games are on sale for both services, Xbox Live as well as the PlayStation Store. Please just buy these games, play these games, shut the fuck up. You gotta dig your own grave if you keep talking. Obviously, you're finding that out the hard way.
They're not going to do that because their games are best on PC and they know it. So the only thing they have now to fight PC is price. But they forget. NVIDIA could drop the price of any card if they want to right now and kill off basically any AMD related product if they want. Like people keep thinking they need the latest tech to get certain performance. No, right now you could buy yourself probably a GTX 1080 Ti with it probably into the i7, the latest gen, and you'll probably match the Xbox Series X, or you could just get one 2080 Ti. That costs a lot, but you have to know how to block your shit and the other parts you need. I just don't think people really thought through like what Mark Cerny was saying, because they just think, oh, he's boring, he looks weird, like a pedo, all of that. Oh, it's weaker, and they trying to overclock it from 9.2 teraflops, and now they start to realize, okay, there maybe it's not 9.2 teraflops, it's actually 10.3, but the frequency will drop at a point. It has no base teraflops. The base teraflops is the peak, but it only will drop if case there's a game that needs more of the CPU than GPU. And most games right now, even like techniques like ray tracing and deep learning, all of that is GPU tasks. So if anything, the CPU would be more dropping more than this GPU would. It's going to spend most of its time over 10 teraflops. I'm telling y'all, not many games are CPU intensive like Ark Survival and those games, and The Witcher. Like a lot of them aren't CPU bound anymore. A lot of CPU tasks is now GPU. That's why so much power being put into things. But now since they have SSD and fast enough RAM for that, I think we're going to see a paradigm shift in which consoles are able to output further than expected.
The second time I heard paradigm shift. You said it, yeah. Then I saw a developer say that shit about PS5.
I know the technology very well. Like I'm an engineer, so I love this shit. I do this for like a living. So to me, when I see specs on paper and I see, oh, they say it's weaker, and do you look at clock speeds and do you look at the way PC works, like NVIDIA cards has been doing what PS5 is doing for like years now. They could go up and down, but have you noticed, even though the NVIDIA cards go up and down, they still perform better than the AMD cards?
Yeah.
Have y'all noticed? Yeah, and the people like Digital Foundry said this. Digital Foundry don't know shit as much as we know. They don't know shit. They're just saying from what they experience on PC, this is what they know. But they forget, this has everything working in tandem like a phone. Fucking SSD, GPU, RAM, everything is working as you would have thought it was like an iPhone in a way. That's how they designed the PS5. The software will work with hardware and perform at its best. And I think people are really scared now because they're seeing many developers saying PlayStation. And then you saw that Crytek dev come out, which the Cry engine is nowhere near a slouch. That shit is very heavy on hardware. You see them coming up saying, oh, PS5 is the better system because of what it could do. The I.O. and the PS5 is smart as a motherfucker. And you know Microsoft have the AI and DX12. Don't sleep on that. That's actually really good on PC. But console-wise, I think Microsoft is going to have too much stuff going on in the background. And it's not going to focus right on games. So I think that 10 gigabytes of 550 bandwidth is going to be split with 7.5 and 2.5. And it's going to be using more of the 7.5 for games, and it's not going to get that much RAM to use because it's going to need shit for other tasks. Like ray tracing, that separate chip and then the audio chip, all of that, that's bullshit. You're going to need RAM regardless. The PS5 has access to all this RAM. The Xbox memory split is a mistake, like how the Xbox One was.
I heard this again. This is like the second or third time. I heard, the guy we was just talking about from Crytek said that shit. I screenshotted all that shit, cropped it down, got it perfectly preserved. Because I knew that was going to happen, bro. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen because he had already retracted his statement from his Twitter page. So when I found it on, Resetta or whatever, I screenshotted all that because it was already gone from Twitter. I was like, okay, they're already making an effort to cover this shit. And this is another thing. We know Crytek is in bed with Microsoft. They've been in bed with Microsoft for a long, long time. So they did not want any of their employees to come out and say shit like that. So yeah, that dude's probably fired.
I screen recorded it because I got iPhone. So what I did was screen record the whole interview, and then when I was reading, I was like, he's speaking like Mark Cerny is speaking, but he's speaking from experience, like hands on with games, how it works. And I think that's the thing people fear because it's an actual dev telling you hands on what the shit can do and what it will do instead of speculating. He's not speculating, he's telling you it's the better system. Why? He explained it detail by detail, but he summarized it based off like basically how Mark Cerny did, like the engineering student did, Cortex and Innocency did on YouTube. But I think, like Six said, Cerny's shitting all over the place, and people are going to be surprised when the PS5 release. I think people fear that shit, the performance, and now they hoping it's $500. That's the latest rumor.
Okay, that is the latest rumor, but that shit's been out for 2 weeks now.
They want to be for $500.
Exactly. That was the latest rumor. But look, bro, I've been tracking that talk. That shit either 2 to 3 weeks old, because once they got the announcement, it's about 2 to 3 weeks old. Once we got the announcement that Microsoft had that 12 teraflops and they showed off more of the specs at the GDC area, that's when Xbox fans were like, okay, well, it's funny because they should understand their system. If their system is the same price as a PlayStation system, people are still going to pick PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand how they think that they're going to win in that situation. It's the same thing. The PS3 could have had a horrible launch, right? But if it would have came out the same time as the 360, it would have beat it in record time. Remember, it made a comeback with a horrible launch.
Imagine the PS3 was $499.
Exactly.
That would have been like the death.
That's what I'm saying. Even if it was 600, right? If it was side by side, it launched the same week or the same month, right, it would have made a comeback faster than it took. And people know that shit. Because PlayStation was still dominant, even though everybody and their mother was hating on it. It was a dominant brand still. That's why everybody was talking about it. That's why everybody was hating on it, because people know PlayStation.
They better hope that backwards compatibility rumor is full.
What? Which one is that? What
the legacy one with PS1, 2, and 3. I don't believe it yet until they say it, but they better hope that shit is false. The PS1 and 2 and 3.
Sick. If you want to jump in here, man, feel free.
If that rumor is true, man, that means that. Wait, hold up. The first thing I thought about J-Tech when he said variable frequency, and then he showed the hardware with native mode, pro mode, and PS4 mode. There was a space at the bottom.
Yes.
But he originally had PS3, 2, and 1, where he was talking about putting the native hardware in it. The PS3 has its own clock speed, CPU-wise, of 3.2 gigahertz, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, what if that legacy backward patch shit was true and the variable clocks are used for that as well? Like they match
this is another thing we was talking about. Even if it's not software-based backwards compatibility, they could still do digital. You know,
that's what I was thinking about when I first heard variable clocks, because I'm like, hold up. He talked about putting the hardware natively in. Once it's in, it makes it expensive. But the way he talked about the emulation with RDNA, it made it seem like they found out how to emulate the shit with software. But the console will automatically drop to the amount of power needed when it's rendering the previous system. And they've yet to talk about the rest of them backward compatibility shits. This guy's dumb. Han P says the 2080 Ti is weak. Okay, let's not answer him. Oh well. But yeah, I'm proud of what Cerny was able to do. I'm proud of Microsoft was able to do, because they just basically built a more powerful Xbox One X with a better CPU and a whole bunch of other things. I'm proud of both of them, but now we just wait and see. Like Six said, the bloodbath that's going to come, because nothing is going to change. Exactly. PlayStation is going to win again. They won the first Xbox. I get it, y'all were new. The second one, y'all dominated the whole gen, and y'all still lost. This one y'all lost badly, and then next time you talk about we have studios, we have a winning plan. How the fuck you have a winning plan against PlayStation with a console plan, but putting all your games on PC? The only reason they was beating Sony last gen is because they had all the exclusives for the 360. Once you don't have exclusive, there's no reason to buy the box. There's no way they're going to beat Sony next gen, especially if the console is developer friendly, the PS5. The way devs are talking about it right now, it sounds like it's automatically third party deals for Sony all around already. That's what it sounds like because they're market leader. And if their system is cheaper, if it really is $399, that's a problem because now you have a fast SSD, you have a faster GPU clock, which is going to downclock on its own when it needs to. You have a faster, overall, better CPU now around. You got fast RAM. You have a cheap system that's easy to develop for. That's basically a murder for the Xbox at this point. Because remember, for devs to squeeze all the power out of a console, it takes time and money. It even took that way with PS4. That's why with so many remasters and shit. When you unlock that power, it's going to take time. When you have power right at your disposal easily, your games are going to come out faster. They're going to come out more polished. Why is Horizon Dawn going to PC then? Let's find out. We'll find out eventually. I believe it's going to PC so they can do a comparison with the PS5 version. That's what I think, personally. Xbox, we have our car. So we have Kratos. The 2080 Ti is more powerful than the Xbox One X, Hans. What are you talking about? It's weak for that price. Is what I'm saying. Man? What the fuck you mean it's weak for the price? Bro, and NVIDIA could charge $600 for the 2080 Ti if they wanted to. They just overcharge because they're the fucking market leader in GPU. And that's what you do. Like Sony, back in the days when they said we make diamonds, they overcharge. Just like Apple does. They overcharge.
Heard about, Streets of Rage 4 coming out soon. They only gonna charge $24.99. So that's not bad.
Word?
Yeah, that shit look good, man. I'm hoping that definitely gotta be 60. Gotta be a 60 frame per second game, man.
But why the fuck is Saints Row 3 remastered only 30 frames per second still?
I don't know, man.
Saints Row 4 60 frames per second on PS4 and Xbox One. So why is this remaster of 330?
I don't know, man. What game is that? What game you talking about?
Saints Row the 3rd remastered. It's 30 frames per second capped. Oh shit, sick humor.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hold on,
I'm ready for that Final Fantasy this Friday, though, man.
Yo, sick, you know I can't see you on Jed's live chat. I can't see your name at all.
I told you, I don't know what the fuck happened. I can't see you when you're in my live chats. You can't see me when I'm in other people's live chat. I can
see you as Sick Humor on here, and I believe Jay Barry channel sometimes. What happened was, remember that time where where it was like YouTube started like taking people wrenches away and all of that shit. The time you was like, what the fuck's going on? Like, and he sent out your notification. It was like early 2019 or late 2000. And I came to your chat. I was like the third person there. And I was like, what the fuck happened? Because you saw me. You was like, yo, Spawn, where your wrench at and everything. I was like, I don't know. And you was, Mr. Pio was there. And he was like, yo, can y'all see each other in the chat? And he was like, sick. You need to see how I hid D? He literally hid me from your podcast.
I'm gonna tell you what. Just talk to Arsenic Steel. Arsenic Steel I had the same issue with him. Something he did on his end, I can now see him. I don't know what it is that he did, but it's some I don't know. But I don't. Let me tell you, I personally don't give a fuck about all this shit, dog. Like, YouTube is gonna do what YouTube gonna do. You can't even stop it, nigga. I took a look at my video last night. Right, my video last night got like 987 views, but we were 200 people deep in that motherfucker. And the thing is, the like to dislike ratio doesn't even make any sense. But what I've noticed is, I think YouTube, they hold the views before they process it.
Yes,
because when I look at the different analytics, they all say different shit. In Studio Classic, it says something different from the regular. I'm like, bruh, YouTube will get it together, bruh. I don't know what's going on with this shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. I noticed that. Like, you get 300 views, it stutters. It takes a long time to count the other ones. It used to be like that. I just stopped keeping track at a certain point. Like,
yeah, it ain't no point.
Gonna do what YouTube want to do, man.
So, I heard y'all talking about this this slaughter that happened with this
Power
with a
cloud?
controller.
Yeah.
With a controller. What the fuck?
How does a picture of a controller derail your conference was shit from what I gathered. But how does it derail the hype of your system that has been viewed since December? The controller as well, all the specs, a few games. How does the image of a controller just fuck up the whole process of hype for Xbox? How does that happen?
I don't know. Hey D, did you see the Inside Xbox?
I think he on mute.
I know he on mute. Where you at, nigga? Spartan. This nigga done checked out.
I will say that on M4G, everything is PlayStation. Like, everything trending is PlayStation. And it's all over 1,000 degrees.
Don't say that, bro. You're going to hurt your feelings.
Bro, hey.
Oh, now he's back. Now
what you were saying,
back.
bro? I'm about to leave out. I'm taking my shit with me. What you had said?
This nigga. Hey, did you see the Inside Xbox yesterday?
Yeah. And I watched your live stream after it. You know...
Did you watch? No. Did you see the part where they were trying to break down the Xbox and they tried to make it seem like it was? They tried to make it seem like it was comparable to the PlayStation.
Yep, I heard it. The nigga was trying so hard, especially the SSD part.
What happened?
He was trying to hit every talking point that Mark Cerny hit. He was like, yeah, if they use the velocity architecture, then they get low level access to the. I'm like, bro. Yeah, I'm like,
and then he used the term transformational gaming. I'm like, didn't PlayStation just say that shit?
Yo, I was laughing my ass off, dog. But you know what?
This is fucked up, bro. His live stream had me dying, bro. Especially the Xbox Live part for people. I was dead,
bruh. No. Yo, J-Tech, bro. Tell me how this shit makes sense, right? No troll, all trolling aside, right? Because a lot of the shit I be trolling, but this ain't even a troll. Gears 5 is going to be free.
I saw that part.
If you get it on Steam.
Listen what you saying.
But if you get it on the console or even the Windows Store,
gotta pay first, man.
You have to have Xbox Live Gold. How does that even make any sense, bro?
We were talking about that a little bit earlier, bro. Like when they made that pivot towards PC with the Windows Store, we knew that they stopped giving a fuck about Xbox fans, and the Xbox fans still was capping for them. They were still defending them. It's like they don't like you guys no more. They know you don't support their games.
When did they start, nigga? What the fuck? They never liked them niggas, bro. Like, they've been telling you, like, we don't like you. Like, the original Xbox, the plan was to move y'all to PC. Windows, even Windows, like, Live for PC, that was a test.
You know the funniest thing, though, outside of that was funny. I did watch that part of your podcast. I was up watching that shit.
You said,
you rewinded it like 3 times to talk about that shit, bro. That shit was funny. I didn't even catch it the first time you talked about it, though. Like, when you talked about it the second time, I caught that shit. I was like, oh, my God, bro.
Bro, I'm just sitting up here thinking, how does that make any logical sense? That's fucked up for people who are actually invested into Xbox as an ecosystem. Like, if you're invested into the Xbox ecosystem, then you have to pay. People who are not invested in Xbox ecosystem get to play for free.
And he said it's free on Steam. He said it so proudly, like,
Free
yo,
on Steam. Look, man. Xbox fans the ones that still capping for them. Anybody that follows anybody related to the RDX, they don't understand they being used and they being mistreated. And
No, they know.
well, it's weird that they like it.
No,
That's
just like
weird.
Sick said, OBJ and all of them say, King Thrash, niggas want to feel like they're a part of something.
Yeah.
What? Failure?
Niggas are followers. Like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get this new generation. Niggas really proud to follow. Like, I wish I would run behind somebody like a little bitch and have them treat me wrong. Like, I'm being abusive in an abusive relationship. That's what it seemed like to me for Xbox. Niggas get and they asked for, look, when they was talking about E3 2019, Phil started blocking niggas. And y'all thought that was cool, my nigga? Like, aha, Phil blocking them. But that's your own Xbox, people. You proud of that?
Oh, nigga.
Y'all remember that?
Bro, I would go so hard on fucking Tim Dog right now, bro.
What he do?
Bro.
What he do?
Talking about fucking PS4, man. I would, man. He said
shit.
the same dudes that go after Grounded hyped up Concrete Genie. Bro, Concrete Genie is a single player game with a fucking story.
How does that match up, though?
Wait. Tell me this. What does Concrete Genie have to do with Grounded?
Nothing but the art style. If it's even
The art style?
That's
not even.
Look,
because
bro,
the art
Tim
style
Dog
of
is a
Concrete
dumbass.
Genie.
I know you heard this dude talk. He is a straight dumbass.
But Concrete Genie has the art style of like that Spider-Man animated movie.
Yeah, it looks good.
That they just came out.
Yeah.
But this is what they're touting that you're getting on your next generation console.
And Sony
Concrete Genie.
No.
No. Concrete Genie was like, hey guys, we know you guys got the God of Wars, the Days Gone, the Death Strandings, the Detroit Become Humans, the Horizon Zero Dawns, the Bloodborns. We know you guys got that. But here's an entree.
Mm-hmm.
Take this entree.
This nigga Sick is hilarious, bro.
All I'm gonna say, bro, I played that story start to finish. I was surprised. It was a story. Right?
I'm still trying to figure out the correlation between the two.
I could probably say I didn't play it, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
If that shit's ever free for you, I would tell you to check it
out. I'm gonna pay for it. Like, I just wasn't like into it at the time, but now I look at it.
I think I had some extra time and I picked it up, and it ended up being a little bit different than I thought it was. And by the end of the game, not only was the story good, I was like, the gameplay was really fucking good. You know, there was a different aspect to the game than they actually kept hidden from the gamers while they were promoting the game.
Yo, here's a new thing. Days Gone was bad because it got a 70 on Metacritic, but it's nowhere near the quality of Bleeding Edge. Now, I'm gonna say that again. They said that Days Gone is no longer a AAA game because it got a 70 on Metacritic, and Bleeding Edge is better, but it has a 69. So,
no,
I mean,
that shit got a 68.
Greater than...
First of all, what in the hell does a Metacritic score mean?
Keep going, Sick. What else?
No, I'm just waiting. Listen,
funny,
even when it comes,
their advantage when they want to, but other times it doesn't matter.
Listen, even when it goes to stuff like Bleeding Edge, what's that other game? Sea of Thieves, right? Even when it goes to games like that, right? Like the Metacritic score is not what matters with those games. It's the quality of games that's being put out that is problematic.
Nigga Sick ain't shit, bro.
I'm saying, but this is
Bleeding Edge.
But I've been saying this for the longest. Like, the Metacritic score never matters. I don't know how people use that as a metric on whether or not they're going to pick up a game or not. Don't get me wrong. I get it. A lot of people are followers. They're not going to try things for themselves, and that's quite all right. That's your money. Do what you want with it, but you're letting somebody else dictate what you play. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not cool with that.
Nobody can tell me what to do.
Oh, exactly.
It's my money.
I think a lot of people were shitting on Concrete when it came out. Yeah, when Concrete came out, yeah, the Xbox fans were shitting on it then. About the style.
Yeah.
Obviously, people were shitting on Dreams until people got shut the fuck up. Not only with the quality of the games or creations were made in Dreams, but the scores that they didn't think was gonna come in. I think it's got the most 10 out of 10s of any game released this year so far.
That's correct.
And that's crazy, bro, because I don't think a lot of people thought anything of Dreams, bro. You already know how I feel about that shit.
Yo, your lives and your pictures did a lot of damage for Dreams to people. Because when they see you can make full-fledged fucking characters like Mario, Sonic,
yeah. Bro,
it was like,
it was
that's
something
fake.
that I knew I had to do. I knew Nintendo was going to eventually take that shit down, which they did. But I know, fuck them motherfuckers. But
you see
I'm
why
glad
this
that
Nintendo
I did what I
like,
did because more people understood what the possibilities were, Bro,
I like,
if you can make better shit in Dreams than fucking the Game Pass games, that's all I gotta say.
You can.
Bruh, I guarantee you they got games that look better than Grounded in Dreams. I know this for a fact just by some by some of the creations I've seen.
Yesterday?
Yeah, I seen the hoverboard game.
Yeah, that was the one by the guy that made that realistic scene where you're walking through the forest
with the gun.
Yeah.
Oh no, never mind.
It was that one that got real hyped up like a week or so ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, okay, so he added a hoverboard character into that scene.
That's cool.
And bro, that shit looked good. And I'm like, look at what they doing with Grounded. Right, and I got the tweet. We gonna listen to that shit again.
And it's next gen,
but they said the story ain't ready yet, and they still got ideas. But they also want to hear the ideas of the fans to create or finish the story. So
why, nigga?
You been
it's
doing?
not
Like, what type of game is this?
It's a games as a service game.
Like, realistically, everybody got hype. I can't say everybody because I didn't get hype. I knew better. But everybody got hype when they said these developers were saying they have unlimited budgets and all of this other dumb shit.
Which is impossible.
And now you see what's coming out of these unlimited, quote unquote, unlimited budgets. And it don't make any kind of sense. Especially for a new console release. Now, here's the thing, man. I'm not sure, to be quite honest, I'm not sure when next generation is going to start. Mm-hmm. But what I can tell you is they need to get on the ball with figuring out what the hell is happening with The Last of Us 2 right now, bruh.
Yes,
that's a fact, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact right there, bro. Because
I mean,
I heard they said something about what giving back refunds.
They pulled it. They pulled it.
Who got their refund from here?
Spartan.
Huh?
Spartan did.
Martin did.
Spartan, $112.
Oh, that's what you got that. Is that put back on your card or on the store?
It's store credit. You have the option to choose.
The simple fact of the matter is now that they've pulled it from the store, I have no hope of this game releasing at all this year.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing because I was telling Adam that it's like the type of campaign, the advertisement campaign that they want for a game like this is always like weeks or months in planning, and it is definitely one where you're going to have to be near people. You're going to want to have that big presence. You're not going to be able to get that this year. This virus is still going to linger at the end of the year. I don't think that summertime is magically going to kill the virus in every fucking territory. It's not happening. I definitely put this game all the way back. It's sad. You will have to put it to 2021, probably around the same time, the beginning of the year. Makes sense. I was very skeptical about the PS5. I think you guys, if you heard the podcast, I said that would definitely be another thing to be delayed along with Ghost of Tsushima. It's weird that I was saying that on Sunday, and we're looking at Tuesday around 5 or 6 in the evening. They just drop an image of the controller like it's nobody's business. Like, just literally.
Oh no, they petty for that.
They are.
They
petty
real petty for that.
They are petty because see, I wanted good information from the Inside Xbox. I know I sound like an Xbox, but I do want them to be good because I want good competition. Competition breeds success. Somebody's gonna get some good shit out of it. I just thought that they were really going to show a new Xbox Series X game in action.
I challenge that sentiment. I challenge that, J-Tech. That the competition breeds excellence.
Well, I thought eventually it was going to do something for them if they were competitive, but
wait for E3?
No, yesterday I thought, well, look, I read the shit and they said that they were going to have some Xbox Series X shit. So, who watched it? Did they show any games for Xbox Series X or running on it?
No.
Nothing. Okay. Well, I give up.
Well, here's the thing. We've gone through an entire generation, right? Here's the thing. When competition was actually good is when Xbox 360 had the mind share. Sony kicked it into gear and was like, all right, we got to put out as many bangers as we can. We got to make as many deals as we can. We got to, get Kojima on the line. We need a new Metal Gear. Right? But when it comes to Xbox literally gave up. Nintendo, when they fell with the Wii U, they said, you know what? We're going to scrap this. We're bringing out the Switch. We're going to start this shit fresh. These dudes completely gave up and said, fuck everything. They told you that games, that single player story driven games don't matter. They told you that games as a service was a good thing. They told you all kind of shit. But it didn't breed competition. It made them give up. And then they just started pandering to the lowest common denominator. They were like, hey, we got to look at this as a numbers game. These dudes on Xbox don't buy no games. We got to put this shit everywhere. We got to get somebody to try this out. As a matter of fact, forget it. Let's just stop selling games altogether. Forget it. We don't want to sell games to these people. Let's try to get them on a subscription service. That was their new method. That was their new plan. That was their new strategy. Did it work out well? No. Because niggas see what's happening. They're using Game Pass to pad the fact that these games are trash. I mean, if you don't pay for it, technically outright pay for it, then, it doesn't matter if it's trash. You get to play it in Game Pass. That's competition?
Yeah, look, all I'm gonna say, man, you're right. But I did want them to say, hey, we felt really good about the position we're at. PlayStation hasn't shown a controller or camera or a shadowy image of the console. Maybe we can show a game because we already have our shit out there and we can blow them out of the water before they show any small image of anything. It seemed like PlayStation already felt that could have been a possibility. So they did do exactly what I said that Microsoft thought they wasn't going to do.
But check this out. Jay. I'm going to one-up you there. Sony has experience in this arena. Clearly, Microsoft is still inexperienced. The only reason why I say that is they dropped their load. They blowed their load. And you got to ask yourself, why blow your load this early? Why blow your load this early? Because that's exactly what they did. Now, they blowed their load because I'm assuming they thought Sony was going to show something, right? Because you can't tell me that they literally showed the Xbox Series X because they wanted to one-up Ghost of Tsushima. Because that didn't happen. But they blowed their load with showing that now they have nowhere to go. The inside Xbox conversation seemed like a repeat of what we've already heard. It didn't get anybody excited. It didn't get anything trending. You know what made the Xbox start trending? The PlayStation 5 controller.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a different. Fuck that. That's the topic we were talking about right now. I like how the Xbox fans tried to say that the Xbox controller was trending because people liked it. No, it was trending because people kept comparing it to the PS5 controller over and over and over again, in such a way that it started trending. Not because people cared about it, but they were comparing it to the PlayStation 5 controller. They were hurt, bro. They were hurt.
They were, but the comparisons, let me tell you what the comparisons do. When I looked at the comparisons, it didn't make me feel any type of way. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, it actually put a smile on my face. You know why? Because the only time you compare something like that is when you like what you see.
There you go.
Think about it for a second. Clearly, you're comparing it because you think it looks similar to this garbage ass goddamn Xbox controller. But in reality, it just looks like a PlayStation controller. If you put it next to the DualShock 4, it looks like the DualShock 4. Shit don't look like no damn Xbox controller. But the simple fact that they decided to compare it to their favorite controller, it shows that they like what they see. They tried to even make up sometimes, it got a microphone in it, it constantly listen to you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nigga, you keep your phone next to you. That shit is constantly listening to you. As a matter of fact, if we want to be honest, if the FBI, if any government agency really wanted to tap your phone, they can tap right into your phone. They can tap right into your microphone. They can activate your microphone. They can activate your camera. I know y'all hate to hear it, but it is what it is.
It's like, some people put tape over their little webcam or shit like that.
And that's the smart thing to do.
Exactly. We know that there's many, many ways that they can keep tabs on us or look at us or listen to us. You heard about the hack for, what's it called, Zoom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Remember, didn't we have that situation with Kinect this gen with the Xbox?
Yeah, but specifically, they have iPhones, they have Androids, they have all of these different, they have Alexa, they have the Google Home, and niggas is like, yo, I don't want to be spied on. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Nigga, you got everything in your goddamn house listening to you. Shut the fuck up. But I know why they did it, though. Because the Xbox ain't got no mic in the controller. They're stuck having to purchase a headset when they probably shouldn't have to. You wouldn't you be mad? I'd be mad, too. Hey, let's spin it. Let's spin it into something that's a positive. Come on, dog. They tried to spin AA batteries into a positive. Man, if you don't get your goddamn Duracell Energizer goddamn Amazon Prime battery ass the fuck out of here, like, I don't give a damn about it. The great thing about that controller, though, is it does have USB-C. You should be happy about that.
What controller?
The PlayStation controller. The PS5 controller.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
You should be happy about that.
Yeah, I'm very
because
happy
they got rid of that micro garbage.
Mm-hmm. I'm happy about that shit. Like Spartan was saying, bro, everything on that shit's gonna be faster. Everything on that shit's gonna be faster.
Well, not only that, man, they're going for something that's totally different, man. Like with all of this engineering that they're doing with like the haptic feedback and the adaptive triggers and stuff like that, like they're really trying to strengthen the immersion when you're in these games. And one thing that I loved about the PlayStation 5 controller is that they did not remove the speaker.
Yeah,
I love the goddamn speaker. I know y'all hate it, but when I heard BB crying through the goddamn speaker, I was like, this shit is fire.
Yeah.
Yo.
And look, that's it'll bring a different dynamic to gaming because it has that mic in it too, bro. It's funny, like, we look at the Xbox Series X controller, it's just a little bit sleeker than the classic Xbox One controller. They really didn't change anything. They kind of went the PS4 route this time around a little bit, where they didn't change much, but they made it look a little sleeker. Like the PS4 controller, they put a touchpad where there was no touchpad on the PS3, but again, outside of that and the speaker, it's just a little bit sleeker. It's a little bit, newer than your PS3 controller.
You know what always trips me out about that, though, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you what trips me out about that touchpad, right? People say, oh, man, they still got this touchpad, man. They should have took this touchpad out of there, man. Why they got a touchpad there? I'm sitting up here asking myself, why not have a touchpad? If there's no touchpad, then there's just space there. Unoccupied space. So why not put an extra input in a place where there would usually be nothing, just space? And let's be honest, I don't know about you, but I've gotten used to when I get in the game, especially like an RPG game or something like that, where you have to access the map and all you do is just tap the touchpad and the map pops right up.
Exactly. I'm hoping more developers can use it because it's good. I mean, it's very responsive, but one thing I didn't like, right, is that I felt that it wasn't big enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, so I'm good using it because I have a laptop, so it's a touchpad right there. So I'm good with it. I was good with it from the beginning. I was like, oh, that's dope. Like
right.
I use a touchpad all the fucking time with these laptops I've got. So this is cool. But you got that little curve, and then you see on the new controllers you got the little light bar up top. So it's a lot smaller. But this one, it seems to be flatter and it seems to be wider. It's a lot to do. You can really be using that as a, real touchpad. I like that. I think the implications from that is going to be amazing. You can do a lot. I know you're going to be able to do a lot. I don't know if people understand this. Might not like the internet browser, but you can use the touchpad to scroll around as if you're really on the internet, on a PS4 controller. So it's going to be a lot of good shit with this. I mean, it really is. Like a lot of people, and I like that the light bar is not like, taking up a lot of space or probably taking up a lot of energy. It's on the side of the touchpad. So you can really see what's going on. Like, oh, do I got to look at the top to see if it's red, to see if something's coming towards me in a video game? Well, no, you don't have to do that. It's all right there on the face of the controller. Everything is on the face of the controller. I like that. All the information is right there on the face of the controller. You don't need to wonder about anything. I love that too. It's very accessible right there at face value. You can see everything. I do want to know what that light at the bottom is. Is that like a new notification light? It's right above the speakers.
Yeah, I seen that too.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm not sure what that is.
I don't think it's a glare. Sure what that is. So I hope nobody says it's a glare. It's definitely not a glare.
It's not a glare, but maybe it signifies that the controller is on. No, I don't know. I don't know. I would just be making shit up.
There's a lot more to this controller than anybody think, bro. Even us, man. Like, it's gonna be a lot more to this shit that they reveal. Again, man, that's what I love about PlayStation. They not in no rush. They didn't have to be in any rush. They still got games coming out.
Facts.
So, hey, bro, they don't need to drop their load. What's the point?
I mean, I take it for what it's worth, right? Like, I'm looking at it from the perspective of they're actually going for improving the generation instead of staying the same. They could have done some samey shit, right? Mm-hmm. They could have came out with a DualShock 5 or even a DualSense, but made it more of a resemblance to the DualShock 4. But they didn't go for that. They wanted to go for something to let you know that you're entering the next level of PlayStation. Mm-hmm. And that's what I like about it. I like that they're trying to innovate on all fronts. On every front, they're trying to innovate, and they're trying to make the experience that we have as gamers easier. They're trying to make the experience that we have more fulfilling. And the thing is, I think that they've scared off the competition.
Well,
it's weird.
Well, for image of a controller.
Not because of a controller. No, I think it's because of what they know. I think it's because of what they know about the PlayStation versus their hardware. They, on their website, they addressed it as the world's most powerful console, saying it's the most powerful console in the world within the text, and they changed that. The heading of the text says the most powerful console, right? But then when you go to the text, now it says the most powerful console we've ever built. And they changed that text recently. So before the PlayStation announcement, it was similar text to that. After Mark Cerny did his little deep dive, they changed it to the world's most powerful console, and it was talking about how it's the most powerful console this and that ever created, blah blah blah. And then recently there was another change, and they took it back to the most powerful console, the most fastest console we've ever built. I was like, that's interesting. And it's weird because we was on King Thrash's podcast when we saw this.
Yeah.
So it's documented that it was something different, and now they changed it, and it's something totally different.
I'm about to go vote on this BAFTA Games, the British Academy film and something
what is
else.
that?
The British Academy Awards, basically. They give out awards. Death Stranding, shit like that always wins over there. They got a vote about this is what it says. With Xbox and PlayStation unveiling their respective next gen controllers to the world yesterday, which one got you more hype, right? Now I haven't voted yet, but I'm about to vote for PS5. Now 4,152 people have already voted. The PS5 has 60%. The Xbox One Series X has 33%. And neither PC Always has 8%. Yeah, I mean, I don't think PlayStation got anything to fucking worry about. Not a damn thing. It was so much doom and gloom from Xbox people on all these podcasts. It's really, really was funny at this point. I look back and laugh because, I mean, let's be honest, bro. An image from a controller killed your momentum. You came out first with everything. Specs, the console design, the controller, even some games that I think might have been playable or cinematic. I don't know. None of that mattered.
Let me tell you, JTech, this has been a wild ride. Honestly, I'm ready for these consoles to come out.
Oh, me too, man.
And I'm ready for these niggas to start crying.
They crying already. Let me
boy,
ask you
are
something.
they pussies gonna be bleeding.
You know what World Star is, right?
Yeah.
Was World Star talking about the Xbox controller? Because I don't think so. Because these niggas put up a picture of a PS5 controller yesterday. There was people that I didn't even gave a fuck about gaming talking about the PS5 controller yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, bro, it's just on another level, man.
That indeed it is.
Man, hey, maybe they understand now, but they're gonna be plagued about this throughout the whole week, going into whatever podcast they're gonna do for the rest of the week, as well as this weekend. They're not gonna be able to forget this. Adam looks like he was right. Adam has been saying that May would be the month where they reveal the PS5 or do a more gamer-centric reveal. I think he might be right if they don't do it at the end of this month. So we got the controller. It was It was April 7th, right? We got the controller April 7th.
Mm-hmm.
You still got the rest of the month, good chunk of the month. We don't get the PS5 gamer reveal. We're still left in May, which is now clear because Last of Us got delayed. Adam could be right. Sometimes he is right. A good amount of the times he's right. So that would be nice. I mean, I don't know. I was saying that they were going to delay the system, but even if they delay the system, you don't have to not share information about it. So I was a little bit confused about that. It seems like I was corrected by everything that happened yesterday. They can delay the system because of the virus if the shit gets worse, but they could still show us that it exists and give us, some insight on it.
Delay which system?
PS5. I think both will be delayed if, but
honestly, I don't
if shit worsens. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that the PS5 is going to be delayed. And I think they know it's not going to be delayed. I think they know that these consoles aren't going to be delayed because they probably already got it into. Here's the thing that you got to understand, JTech. This stuff is coming from China. China is already back on the road, man. They already moving again. So they're not worried about that. I don't know what happened with this Last of Us stuff, but I think that the Last of Us isn't going to be delayed too long either. Honestly, I don't think so.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't mind if they assert themselves with the cross platform backwards compatibility movement, right? And have these games not as exclusive launch titles for the PS5, but cross-generation launch titles between the PS5 and the PS4.
For what exactly? What are you talking about?
Just I mean, look, as far as that's what I'm saying, as far as delaying them. Like, let's say the farthest they push it back would be around November.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Launch it in November. Hey, you got a PS5, you got a PS4, you can play it. Simple as that. I'm just saying. Now, they might not have to launch it that far back to November. And I'm glad that they said indefinite. They took it off the store because, again, Naughty Dog was that developer saying they don't like delaying shit and they don't like talking about games that don't have a date. So they did the proper thing. I mean,
really? I can't say that it's the proper thing, man. We've been waiting quite a long time.
No, not
We've
delaying
been waiting.
the game. I'm talking about it's the proper thing to not give us another date because you don't know.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would hate for them to do a third fucking, hey, we're pushing it back to August, and then you got to come out in August again and delay it. So, like I said, this is what they were saying. They don't like delaying the game. So I'm glad they took it off the store. They stopped putting out a date on their websites and shit because ain't nobody knowing. You just going to frustrate people if you give them another date too early. You know? I mean, it sucks. It really sucks. We know that game was about to go gold sick. We got the leaked gameplay. I don't know if you caught it. We got like 9 or 10 fucking in-game images. You know, we understood that was probably going to be the day that they announced that they had went gold. Even one of the developers was lined up in an image, you know, during the virus, and they were all lined up outside Naughty Dog Studio. What were they about to do? Take that "we have gone gold" image. They were, bro, I think a lot of the developers were blindsided by the announcement, bro. I think that shit came that day. The day that they were going to announce it, or let's say the week they were going to announce they were about to go gold, and Sony said, nah.
Nah, I don't think they were blindsided. They're definitely in the know about when their game is going off. Even if the regular development team doesn't know, Neil Druckmann knows.
Oh yeah.
He knows that something is coming.
Yeah.
Like that's just, it is what it is. But you know, I mean, I hate to see that it is being delayed. I'm just hoping that, you know, we can still get it somewhere in June, maybe in May or whatever the case may be, because of course everybody's not getting a refund for the game. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's going to be the people who want the refunds, and everybody else going to be like, nah, it's already paid off, so I'm not going to get no refund for this shit.
I don't want to see my refund. I don't. You already know me. I picked up a shitload of games that were on sale. My backlog is fucking full, downloading games on this 8 terabyte. I'm good. They can keep that money. You know, when the game releases, I already have it paid off. I do not want that money back.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like, I already got mine pre-ordered. It doesn't make any sense for me to get a refund. Get a refund for what? I mean, it's not like the game is canceled. Exactly. The game hasn't been canceled. The release date has been canceled. So, you know, they can hold on to that. They can hold on to that. I ain't gonna die over, you know, what it was, like I think like $90 something or whatever. I'm not gonna die over like $90, bro. It's not gonna be a big deal.
Okay, so you watch the shit. Look, I won't even watch it today, so I'm not gonna watch that shit. But how was the inside Xbox? Like, outside of
trash.
that guy copying off of Mark Cerny about the specs, like, what else did they show off?
It was absolutely trash. They showed Sea of Thieves. They showed Grounded. They showed a whole bunch of free-to-play games. They showed, literally, when I say free-to-play game, I mean they showed free-to-play games. They were like, hey, you can get these coins and all of this shit. Basically trying to start their fan base off, you know, giving them money for microtransactions and shit like that. But for the most part, it was trash. I didn't really care about any of it. They showed Gears Tactics. They showed damn, was that it?
That's
no,
right,
and they
bro.
showed this game by the Hello Games creator. I think it was called the Cave or some shit like that. No, the Campfire.
So what we've been trolling the fans about Game Pass fodder, we're right. We're not just really trolling. It's true. It's like they have nothing but Game Pass fodder.
Well, of course, that's what Game Pass is for. Game Pass is so that they don't have to develop these big budget titles. That's exactly what Game Pass is. We can tell you that you have a nice stream of games coming in and out, you know what I mean? But they haven't had any really good games in quite some time. And most of the games that go into Game Pass are games that fail to sell on the Xbox. And it's okay, but you're conditioning your fan base to not buy games. The more that they don't buy, the more they'll be rewarded because it'll end up coming to Game Pass, maybe. So it's kind of a stupid idea. I mean, it works out sure, but it works out terribly for everybody else.
Well, it's sad that look like what's the name? Who's that? Andrew was.
Oh, that's Andrew. What's up, Wilkins?
Hey, no, what's up with you, man?
Shit, shalom.
No, just coming home. I was listening to y'all on the joint. I was coming home from the grocery store, and this whole situation going crazy. Everybody wearing masks.
So what was
People
your
don't want to get close to
man? Because I know you pretty lively on this shit. So what was your reaction yesterday, man?
To the inside.
Fuck that shit. To the control.
Oh, to the control. Listen, I already knew Xbox fans was going to say it looked like an Xbox controller. That's the first thing I thought when I saw them curved edges. I'm like, man, they going to reach like a mug.
Of third party, like premium controllers that look just like the Xbox controller and they ain't say shit. We knew where PlayStation was probably going to go in the shape because it's more comfortable.
And then the Xbox controller is a Dreamcast controller, but Xbox fans don't admit that shit. So,
see, he knows.
Yep.
They took that shit. The first original Xbox controller, the first controller. They had a revision for the original Xbox. I'm talking about the big ass bulky one.
It looked like a terrible Dreamcast. It looked like a terrible Dreamcast controller, my boy.
Because they brought out that company. Everybody that was doing stuff for Dreamcast, when they went out of business, Microsoft gobbled that shit up. Put that on.
Yeah, remember Peter Moore put the final nail in Sega's coffin.
Exactly,
and then he went to work for Microsoft, so he probably was an inside agent the whole time.
Y'all remember Kinect? They never did research and development for that. They acquired that shit from a doctor over there in the Middle East. He was developing the whole technology. They just acquired that shit.
Microsoft be doing some scandalous shit, bro. People don't know why people don't like them like that. They got a history of fucking doing some wild shit.
But their plan, that's the reason why their plan doesn't work. None of this stuff is created organically with them. It's like, let's just buy what we think is working, and then they get it and fuck it up. I still can't for the life of me believe that Ninja Theory just wanted to make Bleeding Edge, bro. I just can't, dog.
Passion
project. I can't, bro. They call everything a passion project. They call Grounded
the fans, though. I mean, even though Xbox ain't doing good with sales, when you got so many podcasts and so many, I mean, this shit is worldwide. You got Xbox fans worldwide live for Xbox, damn controller, everything. I mean, I give them bullshit too. If you got people in the hundreds of thousands damage controlling the line for. I keep feeding them trash also. At least they look good.
That's the thing.
By public,
it's it's taking a turn with this Grounded shit. We knew Grounded was trash. We were all saying it.
Look at that comment section when they start showing Grounded. These niggas is like, fuck out of here.
Bro. All I'm gonna say,
I can't do nothing but laugh, bro.
We all knew how that game was gonna turn out, and what was funny about it. Well, this is what they have to understand: the game ain't complete. That's the new evolution of Game Pass. They are gonna confirm to you the game's not complete. We're gonna release it at a later date. It's going into the preview program. Because see, that's another program they have that they still have to develop content for.
Bro, I knew it was a wrap when Xbox came out with those ambassadors, bro. Got these niggas doing slave labor. I want
to say about that. I never really focused on that sick, but I did. After all these Xbox fans came out of the woodworks today, I did start seeing that on their Twitter bios or in a banner or something. Xbox and do they really think that matters? Does that like they also have a program called Xbox Insider or something? Do they think that really?
Nah, the Xbox Insider program just means that you get to beta test the trash first.
Yeah, but it's like I think Colton Dealer really kind of twisted those words into making it seem like they are insiders or they have insiders.
Y'all, let me tell you, y'all give Colton Dealer way too much credit, bro. Let me tell you, these people are stupid by default. I know people in the real world that don't know who the fuck a Colton Dealer is, and they just as stupid. Y'all giving them dudes way too much props.
But here's the thing: they smart because they're lying on purpose. I don't think
I picked them up on my radar until last year, or it could have been the year before.
Let me tell you, I see all the nonsense they say. I purposely don't retweet it. I purposely don't try to expose them. All y'all doing, y'all exposing them, all right. Y'all giving them more exposure for their stupid shit. So I don't even like, even when I come across these retweets, I just mute them because I mean, if I wanted to be lied to, my nigga, if I truly wanted to be lied to, I'd be listening to Trump. Like seriously, I'd be listening to Trump.
Hey,
but make it as an Xbox, dude. You gotta lie, man.
They're very similar.
I mean, they are very similar, but the simple fact is, these people aren't stupid. These people who y'all think are stupid, they're not stupid. They're going along with the stupidity, but they know better. Why do you think we have reports of PlayStation 5s overheating? That the whole thing.
Zaire started that nonsense saying that the Pro was melting. I'm telling you, these people know what they're doing by the line.
Remember the cockroach shit with the Pro?
Yeah,
I remember.
But I mean, and you know what's funny? What's funny is they're like, "Yeah, man, this thing is a great home for cockroaches." I'm like, "Nigga, why do you got roaches in your house?"
Yeah,
bro.
like fuck all that other shit.
The real picture when he zoomed out, the real picture, his fucking room or living room, that shit was a mess.
Yes, but be proud of that, bro. Like, I don't know how you could be proud of being fucking disgusting, bro. Like, that just should make me itch just to see shit dirty.
All I'm saying is, if the system ran that hot, the cockroach would have been burnt already.
Oh yeah, because they can't really survive the heat.
Planted that shit there for the video.
Here's the thing, man. That overheating shit with the Pro got deaded quick because niggas ain't dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, burn the outside of your goddamn PlayStation.
Shut the fuck up. I love that one.
It was funny when Zaire was trying to run with that though. Zaire was pushing that narrative. That shit was hilarious.
Man, look, realistically, I'm gonna tell y'all niggas how it is, bro. Zaire is doing whatever that nigga do for clicks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga, though. He is not stupid to the extent that people think that he is. He's definitely Xbox centric. I don't know why people think that he switched over to PlayStation. No, he claimed PlayStation to grab y'all dumbass PlayStation fans that's willing to follow. Same shit Crap Gamer did, same shit MBG did. It was all a stunt just to grow their channels.
Maz Gaming did it too. Remember, Maz Gaming was under Fox, and then he switched over.
Maz Gaming is a fucking idiot. Maz Gaming is stupid as shit.
Anybody can make it on the Xbox side.
Oh, of course. All you gotta say is something dumb about PlayStation, but Maz Gaming is fucking retarded, my nigga. Like,
you ever seen? Remember D? You was in this live chat. We was playing God of War. This Bama went to rage mode and barely pressed the action button. And D was like, "What you tickling the monster? What are you doing?" That shit game for shit. I remember that shit.
Again, man, I don't really. I try not to give these niggas any type of energy, my boy. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to prove them wrong. I purposely let them niggas say what the fuck they want to say because they make themselves look like idiots all the time. Same shit with Kofi. He made himself look like a dumbass with that Spider-Man shit, but nobody said. I didn't say anything. I just call it how it is. And then niggas be like, "Oh man, dog, why you mad at Kofi?" Nigga, I'm not mad. I don't even know Kofi. How the fuck can I be mad at him? First and foremost, if I see something stupid, I call it how it is, bro. I don't give a fuck who you are. And I think that's one of the reasons why I can't jail with these niggas, man. Y'all can, but I can't jail with these niggas.
That's why I can't be on Xbox Live. I'm afraid that if I get an Xbox, I'm gonna run into somebody on Xbox Live talking that same shit they talk, and I'm gonna ready to wring their neck. I can't do it, dog.
Not even
with dumb people like that.
Not even it ain't that serious for me. But honestly, I can't sit and listen to stupidity. Honestly, realistic stupidity with no facts, no true sources, nothing. You ain't got nothing to prove your point. Let me tell you, in my comment section, I mean, not in my comment section, in the live chat, when I was doing the stream, People was telling me, oh no, the PlayStation is going to be 9.2 teraflops. I said, okay, link me to a source. Link me to a source. Link me to anything that corroborates the story that you're telling right now. Because I can take you, and then I replayed Mark Cerny, replayed what he said over and over. Now I said, now y'all show me your source. Either you show me your source or you getting blocked. A lot of niggas got blocked that day.
Well, I mean, I get what you said. Well, let's be honest. Craig be lying about having a goddamn source himself. Motherfucker said that the Block Hawk was coming out 2019, tweeted and everything. Came and went, gone. Lied and said they pre-ordered the goddamn stadium. Now where's the stadium?
Look, I gotta go to work in about
I'm
25
cool with Craig,
minutes,
but I'm just saying, we can listen to him lie. I can listen to other people lie too.
What's up with the Lockhart? What is up with that?
I listen.
Because
Bro, I don't care about no Lockhart. First of all, I don't even think the Lockhart exists because it doesn't even make any sense. You're going to give somebody something that's less powerful than the new console that you're coming with. It's less powerful than the PlayStation that's currently out. And you're going to try and sell that to them? You're going to try to sell them a expensive version, and you're going to try to sell them a less expensive version when all of the games can be played on what you call the world's most powerful console? I think that is a stupid thing if they actually do that. Just because you offer something at a cheaper price don't mean people just going to go and pick it up. It's still not that. It's still not a good value.
Exactly. Look, man, they tried that. Didn't they try that with the S, the Xbox One S? It was a cheaper alternative to the new system, which was gonna be the X. And I mean, outside of having a 4K Blu-ray player, that's the only reason why people went out and got it. I mean, it didn't do much more. It didn't boost anything, did it? No. I don't think it boosted anything.
They still lost every MPD moving forward, nigga. It was dumb.
I don't know. I don't even know why Phil Spencer said our next. What he's called was a Scarlet. It was called the next set of consoles. They should have never planned to do two consoles in the first place.
Hey man, listen. First of all, instead of being great, just being a great console, they're trying hard to just be perceived as better than the PlayStation. It's a dumb move. I still think that it's a really ridiculous thing to do. Instead of trying to one up your opponent in perception and social media, one up these motherfuckers by actually putting out a great product. That's the easiest way to do it. Look, man, say what you want in the TV space, right? You got TCL, you got Vizio, you got Samsung, you got LG. Nigga, TCL, they basically won up Vizio just by being a better TV. That's all they had to do, is just be a better TV. Vizio won up the whole bunch of goddamn TVs because not only were they cheaper, but they were good for the price that they were great for the price that, you know, that they were being offered at. And then you got Samsung, LG, and Sony. Them niggas is just the fucking top dogs, bro. That's just it. Don't matter what you do. Unless you got to make your TV more expensive to compete with these people, especially LG. Because right now, I think LG is like the go-to TV for like.
Only good Sony TVs are like 1,800 and up. You can't go to the Sony.
Nah, you can't.
And the cheap Jones suck. The mid-range suck. I learned my lesson.
Nah, you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
you get what you pay for.
700. I got this when the Pro came out, but that was a lot then.
I'm gonna tell you, man, there's so many different aspects to TVs that you gotta be careful when you buying TVs, man, because it's not just as simple as getting a TV that you think looks good. Like, you gotta look at what this TV offers. You gotta look at what the nits, you know, how high the brightness can go. You gotta look at the type of panel they got. It's a lot of stuff that you gotta look at, and most people just be like, "Oh, this is a Sony TV. Let me just go ahead and pick this up. Oh, it say HDR on it." And the thing is, it's crazy that they're allowed to sell these TVs. Even I remember when they were selling TVs that had 8-bit panels, but selling them as HDR capable TVs. Like, with an 8-bit panel, you're not gonna get like a good HDR. And those TVs that are cheap like that, they don't have high brightness levels at all. So you kind of fucking yourself by choosing those TVs anyway, because it's not going to look good with the HDR regardless.
That's the one that JTech got. I had that TV too, but mine kept getting black spots in it, like it had black dust. That joint don't get that bright. I bought a Samsung, and that Samsung is much brighter.
Yep,
Oh,
exactly.
The one I got? Oh. Yeah,
Yeah, I bought the
I had
same
this
one.
shit for... I think I only had one problem, and that was my fault because the HDR wasn't all the way in the PS4 or some shit. But I haven't ever had a problem. I'm fortunate, man. I'm very
I
fortunate.
say one thing: the speakers on that Sony is much better. That's the one advantage it got over other TV. That
Oh yeah,
speaker is loud.
Real good speaker.
yeah, but you got to realize Sony makes speakers.
That's what right there. That's what I'm hyped about because the speakers on a PS5 controller gonna be good. And if anybody think that mic is gonna be shitty, it's not. It's not gonna be a shitty mic. I do not think so.
I would love to know.
Cuss that girl out in the background or something.
You probably gonna pick up a lot of shit back there though. Yeah.
Nah, man, but I look at it. I look at it for what it is, man. And honestly, I'm excited for the next generation to get here. But I'm only excited for Sony's console. I'm not excited for the Xbox. I feel like the Xbox Series X is just going to be another Xbox One X. I completely feel that way because it doesn't seem like they thought out. Just looking at the specs and stuff like that, I don't think they really thought this through. I don't think they thought it through because splitting up the RAM in the manner that they're splitting up the RAM, I think that's a real fucking silly thing to do. And hopefully this would be the only thing that makes sense. Hopefully the split RAM that they do have, the higher bandwidth RAM, that should be the RAM that goes specifically towards the games. And if they need to use anything as a backup, then they use the split partition of RAM. But I don't know about that, man. That seems like a real stupid thing because again, you are always going to be limited by your weakest component. That's the same way it is with cars. That's the same way it is with computers. That's the same way it is in anything, my nigga. If you got a bad fucking kidney, my nigga, like you already know, nigga, your performance, your body performance is gonna be, subpar to that of a person that has a actual good kidney, my nigga. Like that's why I don't understand why people don't get this. It's not a logic. It's not trying to promote anything, any misinformation. It's just being realistic. Now, they do have a lot of tricks that they're going to use with the Xbox, so I can give them that. That whole VRS thing, that's... Listen, man. They got to do what they got to do to get to wherever they're trying to get to, right? So I'm not knocking them for that. But I have no excitement whatsoever for the Xbox at all. I never liked the Xbox One. I liked it. I liked it when I thought they were going to support that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. When I saw Rise, I was like, yo, I need to head to this Target and go and pick up this goddamn box. And that's exactly what I did. Then I played Rise and I was like,
hey, look here, Sick. Hey, look, one day I was drunk, right? And I had a lot of cash in my pocket.
Yeah.
I said, man, let me get this Halo Master Chief Collection. I never played Halo. Man, I would have been pissed as a mug if I would have bought that shit. After the Halo Master Chief Collection was messed up, man, I would have been ready to cuss Phil Spencer out, man.
That didn't bother me because a lot of people said that they cared about the multiplayer. I didn't really give a fuck about that, so it didn't bother me that the multiplayer didn't work properly. I mean, I've never been a fan of the Halo multiplayer, so just being able to experience the stories, I didn't see a problem with it. I didn't see an issue. But of course, you got those people, even if they don't use something, they're going to definitely complain about it not being there for them to use it. Just same way with the PlayStation controller. Just like with the PlayStation controller, right?
Yep.
No.
Playing about 8-hour controller, but they barely play an hour a day.
Yo, not only that, look at this, right? So with the PlayStation 4 controller, and JTech, you probably remember this back in the day. Remember when it came out with the all black DualShock controller, the DualShock 4 controller? Bruh, everybody was like, black is alright, but man, I wish the controller was white, dog. I wish they would make a white version of the controller, bruh. Mm-hmm. They did. They made a white version of the PlayStation 5 controller, and now niggas are like, I'd much rather have a black controller. Like, I'm like, come on, dog. Like, really?
Bro,
is this what we doing?
The black in there. You look, come on, man. You can't make everybody happy. You got the black, you got the white. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, those alternate color controllers for this shit, that shit gonna be fire because we see these edits and we know what section of the controller they're going to change the color for. Man,
I already seen the Spider-Man design.
Controller was the highest selling on the most selling controller. Bro, this PS5 controller, bro, people gonna be buying that shit up once they start making different colors, man. I'm telling you.
What's up, Fatal Quiet?
Truthfully, I don't care if they buy it or not. I'm excited for it, and that's all that matters, man. Now it's like, okay, y'all don't realize either. Y'all know that they revealed the PlayStation DualShock 4 controller before they revealed the console, right?
Yeah, that and
I'm just letting y'all know that they following a trend.
Mm-hmm.
They following.
I was a little bit worried. I was just a tad bit worried if they were gonna do that or not do this time around, because of course they take a little bit longer to dive into it, but for good reason, because they got games, so I understand that. But yeah, we remember they showed off the controller and it had the camera. But they didn't show the system. They showed games.
Yo, do y'all remember when the controllers and cameras were sold out before the system ever dropped?
I remember that shit, because they were selling that and the games. I had Killzone, I had Knack, I had the camera, I had the controller. Before the system was on shelves, they had the other shit on shelves, so I just went out and got it. I was ready,
you have a question. A wise Hassan says, y'all don't think the built-in mic is going to be a problem? A problem for what and or whom?
I think so.
No, just make sure you don't say certain crazy ass words. Like, and you ain't got to worry about triggering the goddamn CIA.
And hopefully, because I see a block on there, like a little slash mark across the mic.
Yeah, they got a mute button.
Yeah, they obviously have a mute button. So you guys will be all right. Bro, I know a lot
but that's not even the point. But that's not even the point. I want to know how he thinks it's going to be problematic. I want to know in what way. So, Woody, Mr. Hassan,
did y'all answer True Woody up there? He had a super chat. What TV do you recommend? Or y'all already answered?
I don't recommend no goddamn TVs. I ain't gonna even lie to you, my boy.
Anybody getting 2.1 HDMI for these next gen consoles?
Who? I'm getting an 8K TV.
So that's gonna be the 2.1 HDMI then.
Yeah. I mean, the TV itself costs $4,000, but I'm getting that TV for sure.
I already jumped the gun and bought an Asus from the Microsoft. That was like $1,300 just because it's 120, but it don't only do the I think DVI port. So I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. Now I'm getting it, so I'm prepared, and I ain't going no higher than that, bruh. And there's only gonna be one 8K TV in my house, and that's gonna be in my game room.
That's nice.
They gonna have everyone on lock.
Who? Nah, that room is already on lock. My kids can't go in there. Hell no. That's where I go to hide from the family. That is my man cave.
That's crazy. I didn't understand that. Yeah, so y'all remember that Microsoft they revealed their controller, right, for the Xbox Series X. This is March 16th, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
They only got 19,000 likes. And then because Sony showed off their controller yesterday, they showed off their controller again. And they only got 40,000 likes. But the PS4,
they were just simply trying to ride the wave.
Exactly,
though.
But the PS5 controller got 294,000 likes.
Indeed, it got 3.4 million on Instagram.
Both of the times they showed off their controller.
Well, there's a reason for that though, Jay. There's not that many Xbox niggas out there, dog.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. They are loud. The ones that do exist they're loud, but there's not that many of them. Why do you think they're trying so hard? It's almost like they're capping to other customers to say, please come over here. Look, we got 12 teraflops. And they don't even know what a teraflop is.
Right?
I mean, it is what it is, bro. Like I said, after listening to Cerny, man, I'm convinced that this goddamn PlayStation 5 is going to run circles around that goddamn Xbox Series X. And I think Microsoft knows this too, though.
Yeah.
I think because they're being real, they being careful with how they market this system this time around. Power your dreams. Nigga, what dreams? I can't even get games from you and you want me to power my dreams?
Now, that shit pissed me off.
When I saw that was the slogan they were using, I was like, man, fuck you, man. Power your dreams.
Power your dreams?
Sony was supposed to use that.
I've been saying the power of dreams for months and shit before they started using that shit, bro. Yeah. That was the dumbest thing I ever saw, bro.
You know what's funny? That whole mic being in the controller, I actually said, like, just tongue-in-cheek, just throwing some shit out. I was like, yo, you know what? Shit, PlayStation should put a microphone in the goddamn controller, so you ain't gotta have a headset on and you can still chat with people.
But listen to this, bro. That's smart as shit, because you remember how many people kept bitching like they were too fucking cheap to buy a headset, and they complained about that little fucking headset that they gave us? Well, you don't need that shit. They don't even need to add that shit in there no more. You got the fucking mic in the controller.
That headset was absolutely trash, my nigga. Like, let's be honest, dog. That shit was garbage.
Trash. I didn't use that shit.
That shit made the inside of my ear hurt, my nigga. I was like, nah, dog.
I will say that this time around, they don't have to have a trash headset. You just have the mic on your controller. But let's be honest. It's been like 8 years, or it'd be 8 years by the time the system come out. Everybody has a headset. Come on, man. I don't want to hear a single gamer bitch about a headset not being included, because we know you already should have one.
Bro, you can get a headset for $5 at the gas station. Yeah, for like $5 at 7-Eleven. You're like,
they didn't add a headset in there. The Xbox had one.
Tell Fatal to talk about inside trash or something. I know you got something to complain about.
Man, Fatal loved that. Fatal busted a good nut.
Look, I really do gotta leave for work in about 8 minutes. So Fatal, I've been waiting for you all day, man. What's going on with Grounded? Because they said the story ain't finished.
What about
the game ain't finished.
What about it?
They said the story not finished and the game ain't finished. Are you happy with that?
Tell him, Fatal, we don't got a problem with that.
Preview, man, and that's fine by me.
Okay.
Fatal, what's the update on Battletoads since you have the inside scoop?
Yo,
I don't know. Why don't you go and message you yourself there, Andrew? Since you like to run your fucking mouth all the goddamn time.
God damn, Fatal came in here hot, nigga. What's happening, Fatal?
By the way, you still got to give me your gamer tag, bro. I asked you for that fucking a month ago. Yeah, I asked you for that shit a month ago. Obviously, I'm talking to you.
Your gamer tag. I'd have it.
Give me your gamer tag
and Lincoln. I'll give it to you.
Give me your PSN profile too as well. I want to make sure that you're not fucking just running your mouth.
You can't beat me in no games. We can play games. I'll crush you in games.
Oh, you want to bet? Oh, you want to take some bets?
What you want to bet? We can bet that donut chicken sandwich and that coffee you drink at Tim Hortons. You want to bet that?
Oh my god! What is happening?
You really want to take me on that fucking thing, dude, man? Trust me, I'm pretty sure you don't want to eat or have a goddamn fucking, 9 sugar, 9 cream coffee, bro.
I'll put it in Discord or something.
The shit out of you.
Man, that sandwich will kill you, dog. You don't want no donut.
Send me a link directly.
Sandwich.
Got you, Fatal.
Fatal, like, don't be talking about my glory! Game Pass! Game Pass!
Okay, well,
I'm not even talking about that.
5 minutes. Fill me in.
I'm just fucking with you,
What did they add for Game Pass that we don't already know about?
Like, I don't even know. I wasn't even paying attention to half that shit. I was at my neighbor's place.
They added Smite points. They added Apex points. They added what was it?
Perks
or points or whatever. I know it was currency for the goddamn game.
So they added microtransactions.
Yeah, well, they got to get the niggas hooked on the crack. Like, you got to get them hooked, so you give them a taste. You give them a taste. Once they get that taste, then they get hooked. They get hooked. And now it's only $1 here. It's only $5 there. I mean, I only spent $9.99 one time. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it works. But they did give out a lot of that. Streets of Rage 4 is coming though.
Yeah.
That's the only thing
I'm happy about that. And I saw that Shiva is a playable goddamn character.
Yeah,
Nigga.
I saw you talking about that. The price is really nice. The price is really nice. $25 is really, really nice.
It's supposed to release on the 23rd of April.
Yep. Listen, my shit is already pre-ordered, nigga. It's already pre-ordered. There's no questioning about that game. It's gonna be all digital anyway, except for the limited run stuff. So Now, this game ain't gonna be delayed. It's not gonna be delayed.
No.
Yeah, that's good.
I cannot wait. I will be on that shit day motherfucking zero.
Seems like all the Xbox games get delayed though. Every last one, it seems like that's crazy. For real.
Nigga, The Last of Us says hello.
Yeah. Well, they were smart for doing that, man, because a lot of people ain't working. So they smart for waiting. They trying to get people to get their goddamn Trump check or whatever before they sell it.
Oh, that's right.
No.
Well, look, if I get that shit, if they whatever, they probably got tax and take it out.
Get
of my
mine
tax.
tomorrow morning.
They're not gonna tax
Fuck
it.
Trump.
They're not gonna tax it. It's not taxable. It's pretty much if you file taxes, they're gonna give you those. If you meet the requirements, you're gonna get the what is it like $1,000 or some shit like that. And if you got kids, I think you get like 400 or something like that for the kids. All I know is I don't qualify for it, and
I don't think
I'm okay with that.
I might not qualify either, but I remember that. What was that stimulus drink for the recession? That was a weak check. Everybody got what, $600 and $300? That wasn't.
That shit was weak, bro.
2008.
I remember getting it, but barely.
I got it.
It was like.
Did I get that? Now that I think about it, I don't remember getting it.
That's a nice burp.
2008. What the fuck was I doing in 2000? Maybe I did get it in 2008. I don't know. I would be lying to say I did, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is because the combined income of me and my wife is let's just say we don't qualify, my nigga. We not gonna get it. But I hope all yous niggas out there, when y'all get y'all check, y'all go pre-order that goddamn PS5.
I'm getting an Xbox One. Fuck that. I got to support Microsoft. Fuck that. I want them to stay alive.
Hey man, save your coins and go get the great station, my nigga. Bro. Just do that.
Yeah, that's my thought, bro. I got every fucking game I want. I got every game pre-ordered that I wanted. I'm set. My whole focus was the PS5. That's my next purchase. That's it. I don't got shit else I want.
Yep. Hey, Fatal, you know what you need to get, man? You need to get you one of them rooted phones. If you don't want to find out how to do it, buy you one of the flash and rooted phones on eBay so you can get unlimited hotspot. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got
that exists?
Yeah, I used to root phones all the time. That's why I messed with Android.
I'll have to look into that. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, you can get you one for cheap, probably like $70, $80. Get you like a Samsung S6, S5 or something like that. You have unlimited hotspot all day long, bro.
What?
Yeah, I do that. That's why I always get Samsung Galaxies. They the best for rooting and Sprint service. They the best ones for root and flash. Hell yeah.
Yo, yeah,
I'll have to look into that.
Guys,
you're doing
it's time for me to go to work in this empty ass building. But hey, I'm still getting paid. I still got a job, so I'm happy about that. Thank you, Sick. Thank you, Andrew, Spartan, Fatal came
Trust me, I ain't have nothing better to do.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, thanks everybody for showing up. Thanks for all the likes, all the views. Thank you guys. If you haven't subscribed, that button is right there. You can hit that. There's definitely gonna be more to talk about this week. Obviously, we got fucking 2 more days of this week. Wednesday don't. Well, fuck it. Wednesday counts because the news cycle was late as fuck yesterday. So we got 3 days. We still don't know what people can drop at the end of a day. So I'm not gonna write off 2 o'clock being the end of the news cycle because anything can fucking
Jesus. Like a fucking PlayStation schedule for you?
Would the controller drop there like 5, 6 over here, East Coast?
Jesus Christ.
That shit was late. Well, I'll be talking to you guys on the community section of YouTube or Twitter or Discord. I'm gonna post a link to that. Have a good day. Be safe. Be clean. You know.
Later, y'all.
You gotta be clean, everybody. You gotta be safe. You gotta wear.
Later, Gators.
You know.
Wash your hands, guys.
Wash your hands. Every time you touch the Xbox, wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Game Pass Father weakens your immune system, guys.
That nigga said weakens your immune system. Yo, shout out to y'all niggas who came out to support my guy, J-Tech TV, man. Shout out to y'all. Deuces.
Okay, here's that link. Y'all guys have a good day.
Fuck y'all.
He said, fuck y'all. Fuck everything.